One in the big city with Don
That's
LaGreca
right.
and Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. Donnie, somewhere in the Great White North, somewhere in Canada, somehow, some way, still connected to us. Donnie, how is the weather? How's the trip going? I know they got a nice win last night. How are you feeling?
It was a great win, overtime. Although they did lose Luke Hughes, he's looks like a shoulder, upper body injury of some sort. So we'll have to wait and see on that. He won't play
Shocking,
tonight.
a Hughes brother gets injured.
But,
it never happens.
But here's the deal: like it was a balmy 39 in Calgary.
Oh, gorgeous!
Last night we landed on the surface of the moon. It was just a blizzard. But again, they laugh at such things. And just snow everywhere.
And coming down when you got there?
Oh yeah, no problem, no issues.
No. Was the land okay? Did you come down without any?
No issues. They know what they're doing up here. And I'm right now in beautiful Rogers Place, the gorgeous new arena of the Edmonton Oilers, which is connected to the hotel I'm staying at, which is absolutely perfect. And unencumbered today. TNT's got the broadcast, so got 4 hours of radio with you guys. Luxuriate.
Donnie.
And not only that, Don, I got good news for you. This is going to make you really. I got a free parking spot today. How you like that?
Oh, look at that. Good for you, man. It's all coming together.
And it was an amazing moment. I saw a guy pulling into a spot, and I went, oh, damn it, there was a free one there. And then I pulled up to look at it because I'm just that guy. Like, man, he really got a free spot. And then I realized, Don, he doesn't have a free spot. He's pulled on, there are lines there. But in front of the car in front of him is a full frontal spot.
That's a New York.
No, I've been driving here a long time.
That's a New York. That's when you recognize.
I was very proud.
And you look at him and you're like, oh, good spot, bud.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, good spot.
Loser. Now, Don, I got news for you. What day do you get back again?
I get back. It'll be late Sunday night.
So you could be coming into a blizzard as well. So
yeah.
We got that going
Congrats,
for us.
which is nice.
More snow coming Sunday.
So do you know there was many, many years ago when we flew from Calgary to Edmonton after a game.
Is this when you were a writer covering the Islanders?
Yes, I don't think I need to say that anymore.
Take a sip, Don.
No,
You're
I
not
was
working today.
No, actually, Peter, no.
I drive a Dodge Strat.
I was on vacation.
Oh, really?
In January. And I thought, nothing better than Alberta in January.
Good for you, man.
Get some Alberta beef.
Oh, why not?
Okay.
By the way, that
is that a thing?
That beer's like moonshine up there.
Alberta
beef? They're known for their the steaks up here. So it's Alberta beef.
Yeah. I thought that was Alan's single nickname when he was traveling.
Oh, well, listen.
Cannot confirm nor deny.
Up there.
And why would I want to deny?
What's up, boo?
So when we landed, Donnie, and I swear I'm not joking, this was one of those like it was propeller, those jets, like the smaller commuter jets.
Almost Famous vibes.
Dude, yes. And I literally, and I'm not joking, never done this before in my life. As we're coming down and the plane is it's dipping, diving, flipping, everything. I said the rosary.
You did?
Oh, really?
Yep. And only time I've ever done that in my life.
Apparently it worked. You're still
on
with
a plane.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at us.
We did land somehow, some way, but man.
Yeah.
So luckily yours was a lot smoother than that one.
I love Canada and Edmonton. You know, obviously they got a great team, Connor McDavid and all that. But this is the outpost of outposts in professional sports. I mean, it was 8:45 this morning, and the sun still wasn't up.
No. Why would it be? Would you want to get up when it's that cold? The sun's like, hell with this.
Like, you know what? Let me sleep in.
I'll see you in June. But again, like I said, you're there, you get some steak, have a couple of beers. It hits different. So while you're there, just, make sure
He's going to the game tonight.
All right. No, they don't serve beer?
Yeah, can you have a beer, Don, at the game when you're not working?
Of course you can.
Well, I'm not in the press box if I wanted to roam around.
Go roam around. Go see the people. They're nice people up there. Very good people, the Canadians.
You sure you don't want to just go to a steakhouse and watch the game like a gentleman?
Wouldn't it be
you
great?
Have to go,
How about this? Don gets loaded, right?
Yeah, I love
because he doesn't realize a Canadian beer hits different. And then he rips his shirt off. He's like waving it around.
No, I'm going to go a step further. Don.
Camera?
Don, trust me, nothing can go wrong. I think you go full Mark Sanchez tonight. That's how I think. No, too soon?
Way too
soon. Wait, okay. Don't Don't go attack an Uber driver. Don't do that.
No,
but would it be frowned upon though, Don? If you didn't
attacking?
No, not attacking an Uber driver, but if you weren't in the press box tonight and you just went to a steakhouse, would anyone say anything, or just you just like to go?
As long as I'm back in time to get on the bus.
Remember, they're leaving
after Vancouver right after the game.
But
you know me.
Oh,
where do you think I'm going to be Wednesday?
No.
Tomorrow, Canucks Capitals. I'm going to be there. Like I love hockey.
Loves hockey.
But,
wait.
He loves hockey like John Harbaugh loves football.
Wait, I see what you're doing.
Hockey.
Tomorrow you get to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Tonight, late tonight. The team is off tomorrow.
Yes.
The Capitals are in Vancouver.
Yes.
Which means?
And you're going to write all the numbers down like Blair Witch to the Capitals.
But I just enjoy the sport, man.
I wish you loved the sport like I do.
If you were in a town to cover Raw, and for some reason it was Raw the day before you didn't have to cover, wouldn't you still go check it out?
It's situational. Very situational.
Well, listen. It's
Ovi. You get to watch Ovi.
Ovi.
That's what it is.
You only have a handful of days. Who knows when this is all going to come to an end.
Yeah.
But you know what? Pete DeVito, who does stats for the Jets on radio, took the trip. He's a big Devil fan. So I saw him in Calgary last night. He's in Edmonton. You know what I'll do? I'll hang with him. I'll pound some beers with him.
There you go.
Then I'll stumble into the press box with like 10 minutes to go in the game. They'll carry me out to the bus, and it'll be great.
That's a good hang.
I like that. Now I just want you to have some fun. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Have a time, Don. You deserve it, for God's sake.
No, but this is a good time. And you know what? It's times like this, guys, where I know what John Harbaugh is talking about, that you got to love football. Everybody loves to go out there and play, but it's the travel. It's
the grind.
The practice, the grind of it. And if you still love it during the grind, then you know that you love the sport that you cover or you play. It's so easy to get excited for the games.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves the games. I remember Greg Butler used to always say that I play for free. They pay me to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Because the games are fun, but it's everything else. But if that's not fun, if the prep and the video and the practices and the travel and the grind isn't fun, then are you fully committed? So it's like days like this, you know, when you're traveling, you're away from your family, but if you still love it, you know you're in the right place. And so when I was watching the press conference this afternoon, I was thinking about that. Yeah, everybody loves to play the game, but do you love everything else? And John Harbaugh, to me, guys, he pays attention. So if he led with his press conference about the love of football, some little birdie told him that people didn't love being Giants before. And maybe the players didn't really love being a Giant or love football. For him to have that accentuated that much in the press conference tells me that that's what he sees wrong with this team, and that's what he wants to see change with this team.
Count the number of times he says football.
We need guys that love everything about football. They love the games. They love the practices. They love the weightlifting. They love the meetings. They love the dining hall, you know. They love every part of football, man. And if you love football, guys, you're going to want to be here. You're going to want to drive in that parking lot every single day. You're going to want to walk through those doors. You want to walk up in those halls. You're going to want to get in front of that tape and watch tape every single day because you're going to be around a bunch of guys that love what you love. They love football. Because that's what we're going to be doing, football, all the time, every day. And if there's guys, around that don't love football, Joe, we're probably going to let those guys go play somewhere else. Because if you don't love football, you're not going to love it here. Because we'll be doing football. That's the plan, all right?
We'll be doing football.
10.
That's the plan.
What'd you get, Jake?
What'd you get?
I think I got 10. How long was
Jake was counting with his fingers
cut?
up.
I got 9.
9.
36. How long was it?
36 seconds.
9? That's one every 4 seconds, pal.
And that's what we're going to be doing.
That's what we're going to be doing, football.
That's tremendous. All the time. Every day.
Well,
football.
The last time I got fired up for a press conference, because this is all Tonka truck, right? We all try to grade the press conference, and what does it all mean?
Well, it depends. The Rosenberg rating's big.
No, it is big, and I'd be very
because we've seen Rosenberg calls it at the presser and generally gets it.
You did nail the Joe Judge one.
I nailed Joe Judge. So far, I'm a little worried I'm nailing Aaron Glenn.
I did not like Aaron Glenn.
I'm pretty good at the presser.
All right. What do you got? Give us a grade. Want to reveal it later?
I need more. Can you give me more?
Oh,
well, so it's
tons more.
At some point, we'll have the grade. But I was fired up for Coughlin back in the day because Coughlin spent his press conference talking about that injuries are a cancer and kind of just basically accusing the Giants before he got there of guys that weren't giving the effort to get back onto the field. And next thing you know, Tom Coughlin's would lead him to 2 Super Bowls. He probably sniffed out the problem of the end of the Fossil era, and I get a feeling that Harbaugh was sniffing out the end of the Dable era.
Listen, all the things that we want in a press conference, sometimes it's just we want you to speak plainly. We don't give me proclamations. And the difference, and Donnie, I was talking about this before the show, the difference I felt in this was in the past, especially with our New York teams, Both teams have hired guys who've never been head coaches before. They're almost introducing themselves to you. Mm-hmm. Here's what I want to do. Here's who I am, and all that stuff. And this is why you're going to like me. This is what I'm going to do. John Harbaugh didn't need to introduce himself. What he was telling you is why I took this job. That's what he was telling you. Not why am I the right hire, because we all assume that, including him. We all know you're the right hire. But he was giving you the why did I take this job? And I felt like that's like all the other stuff about the type of team this is going to be. That's all. We all know he's going to say that stuff. But the most important things I thought that he said was why. Why a 4-13 team? Why a franchise that hasn't gotten it right for the most part over the last 15 years? And, why take on the challenge in New York?
What an honor. What an exciting moment. Walk in here, and they say New York's a different kind of place, and I would say it's probably true, man. This is pretty amazing right here. This is incredible. And to see those players back there, see those guys smiling and ready to go to work, that gets me fired up too. So to everybody, just thank you very much.
You see that, how it's not like this prove myself in New York stuff? He even gave you the wide-eyed, wow, this place is great. Like, this is great. Like, it's an enthusiasm instead of how much he has to prove. And then again, exactly. let me just get this part in here, Donnie, and then we can all just react. This will be another quick cut on why he wanted the job.
One of the most iconic franchises in all of sports. I wanted this job. I think I told you that, Mr. Mayor. I wanted this job. I wanted this job. And to be on the biggest stage in the biggest sport. I know the challenges. I understand the expectations. I know the fans are hungry for a winner. We're here with one mission, to earn the right to be called the world champions in New York. And that's what we plan to do.
Like, did you see, though, it's just he's not trying to give you a soundbite. He's speaking very plainly. And I think that's because he's very confident in who he is.
Totally.
I don't want to, jump into how Peter grades these things. But I would think, Peter, what you're looking for, is it genuine or is it an act? Are you trying to sell something, or are you just being yourself? And he looked like a guy that was genuinely excited. Didn't look like he was putting on an act. Had a message. His suit fit. He had a haircut that didn't it was cut with spoons. Like he looked like a coach that belonged, that had a message, and he was comfortable, and he was genuinely excited. That's what I took from it, not somebody trying to sell a bill of goods, trying to sell himself, trying to be something that he's not, trying to cookie-cutter his way through a press conference because he watched this guy do it this way or that guy do it that way. It came off as very genuine to me.
Here's what I like about it. I like that he shows up, suit and tie, still trying to prove, I'm still here to prove something to you guys. Mm-hmm. Yes, I have a Super Bowl ring. Yes, I bring cachet to this organization that you don't currently have, but I still want to impress everybody here because we know John Harbaugh. He carries himself as a pretty casual guy when you see him around.
Everyman.
He's sort of everyman, but he showed up taking it very seriously, and then he's delivering just the very Mr. Joe Football. Now, not Mr. Joe Football, cool guy, tough guy, Mr. Joe Football.
Right.
I love football guy, and we're going to get love back in this building because that is ultimately what starts to slip away from an organization that ceases to play well. That love of the game, you don't feel it very much. That's why people liked Scadaboo so much and love Jackson Dart because they feel the love from him. I think Malik Neighbors fits in that category too.
They can't get enough. And
that's what you need.
And we will, for those who are already wondering, is Hahn ever going to talk about the Knicks and that debacle? Yes, we are. We're going to get to that. But I'll just interject before we get back to the Giants. Interject. The Knicks were that team until this season. Something happened over the last couple of weeks. Because that's what Brunson and all them, they love football, love basketball guys. Love it, breathe it. They don't need anything else in their lives. This is all I care about. It's all I want. And for the last couple of weeks here, I don't know, since winning that NBA Cup, I don't know what's happened. But that's kind of been slipped away. We'll get into that.
That's really interesting.
More John Harbaugh. So, okay, you love football. We love football. You wanted this job.
Who doesn't love football?
We wanted you to have this job. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. How are you going to turn this thing into a winner? And by the way, not just how you're going to do it, how quickly can you do it?
The second part's impossible to say, but I'm planning on day one. So that's what we'll be shooting for. That's what we'll be working for and fully expect it to happen. You build anything together. You build it from the inside out. It's going to be a reflection. Culture is kind of a crazy word. What does it really mean? It's a worldview. It's a shared understanding. It's a vision. It's everybody being on the same page. It's talking the same language, all these kind of things, same values, same type of beliefs, right? Okay, that's like a social studies class maybe we're talking here. So what is it in football? It's a bunch of guys that see the game the same way. It's a bunch of guys that want to play the game together the same way. It's a relentless brotherhood, having each other's back, being unwilling to give up because that guy next to you is unwilling to give up. All these things that these guys believe in. We'll decide what the culture looks like together every single day by what we do together, all right? And that's how you build it together.
How do you like that? No promises, no, this is how it's done. He's telling you it's got to just come together, and we'll figure it out as we do it.
Yeah, because listen, he wants to do it right away, but he was very genuine with his answers.
Yep.
Like you can't say he hasn't practiced with his team. He hasn't game planned with his team yet. Find out he doesn't have a roster yet, right? They haven't even had the draft. They haven't even tackled free agency.
Although he does love the roster. He did talk about that too. So does his dad apparently.
Well, there's a core, right? I mean, you got the quarterback. Scatterbo comes back and he's healthy. Neighbors comes back and he's healthy.
Good offensive line.
You got an offensive line that certainly improved in the second half of the season. A pass rush that I think, when healthy, can be and coached properly, can be elite.
Yes.
But you need the depth, right? We went through this with the Jets, right? We can name a bunch of guys, and then that disguises it as, we've got a lot of talent. Well, you might have 4 or 5 guys that we know and 4 or 5 guys that can maybe challenge to be Pro Bowlers, but if you don't have depth, if you don't have it across the board, well, then how talented a team are you? And I think the Giants have some scattered talent that needs to be filled in. But I like that answer. It wasn't some cliche kind of rallying cry. And it was like, hey, we'd like to do it right away, but it's impossible to answer exactly how long this is going to take. You're in a really tough division, and a lot of work has to be done.
All right, so how do you build this team?
Our focus is simple. It starts with building a team that is physical and tough, that's capable of overwhelming their opponent from beginning to end, and especially at the end, that understands how to finish, that is smart and disciplined, that plays the game the way it should be played, and that everybody watching it, including those playing it, will be proud of.
I just heard something. I just heard something, and I can't unhear it.
I got to tell you, am I right?
Hold on.
I didn't want to take it to the air.
No. Is he Joe Biden?
I text the group.
I didn't see it.
You mean the way he sounds?
I text the group just a minute. I didn't know if I wanted to take it to the air or not because I'm not trying to be political, but he sounds like.
Well, no, because politically he's very much not Joe Biden. But in terms of his talking, I'm ready for. Come on, everyone.
Yeah.
Let's come together as a team. Listen to that clip one more time and think.
It's only 10. Actually, this next one is 10 seconds.
All right. Yeah,
let me play this one because it's the next one anyway.
Right.
I'm sure its voice didn't change.
Let's hear.
This is more the team.
Think younger, like 15 years
team
ago.
First mentality.
Should have started a couple weeks ago.
That's Jalen Brunson.
He doesn't sound like Biden.
No.
Clown show. Yeah. Clown show. He sounds more like Bud, not as much like Bud.
The mouse just ran away on me. Here we go.
Nothing will be taken for granted. It will always be all about the team. The team. Thanks, Dad, for that. It'll always be about that. Now it's time to go to work.
Thanks, Dad, too. Is so
I remember I was in Delaware. I was a kid with my dad. We were at the pool. Oh, my God. That is so funny.
Yeah, get used to it.
I never noticed that before.
That's very interesting. It is.
There's some fun to be had there, folks.
There is, for sure. We could do side by side. I'm sure we could probably dig up something of Biden.
I'm not getting around.
Very benign that he's saying that we could just put side by side.
Oh, no, absolutely. You could definitely hear it. Come on.
There was a Trump question.
There was?
In the press conference. There was. Somebody asked, because the president did say,
lobby for him.
Right, the Giants should hire him now. So they how did you feel about that? And he just kind of was very quick joke about how, well, it's a big something, but it's just sports.
Moved along
he went
quickly.
it's just sports. He knew not to go too deep with it.
I wonder if they talked about that too.
But it is funny though that somebody did ask the question.
He's loved by Trump. Sounds like Biden.
Which, hey, see that we can all come together. How about how much, of course, did the quarterback have an impact on his decision? Because, Jackson Dart is somebody that everybody in New York's excited about. Is John Harbaugh just as excited about coaching him?
Well, it's a great question because, the quarterback's kind of important. That's kind of a big deal. And I'm excited about Jackson Dart. I've seen your backup quarterback too, Jameis, up close and personal 2 years ago. So I saw him complete a bunch of passes. Yeah, I know. There you go. I saw you. I had oh my. Remember that game, right? It's a great game for you. So it starts with the quarterback for sure. I mean, the quarterback, you build your team around your quarterback. You build your team around your players and what they do well. I like the way he plays. I mean, I like his talent, skill set, all the things he's accomplished. But more than that, I like who he is and what he's about. And to me, he's about football. I mean, this young guy loves football. He wants to talk football all the time. And that's kind of what I like doing too. So I think we're going to have a lot of great conversations. And I can't wait to get started with him.
You know what we're learning? John Harbaugh likes football.
I've noticed that. This guy.
I think we're really learning this about him.
I'm so glad he wasn't hired by the Knicks. Because this is a football.
This wouldn't have worked.
No, he's not a basketball.
No, he's a great coach, but he couldn't coach basketball because he loves football.
The man loves football.
Really loves football.
No, he's so into football.
John, Don, at some point, though, right, we're going to have – we lost Don. Okay.
Permanently?
No.
Okay, thank God.
Man. It's sad.
No, but this guy loves football.
Loves football.
I'm not ready to give a full grade yet, but I will tell you this.
No, there's more. No, because
it's trending the right way.
Why you can't grade yet is because coming up, we get to now real part of the business, which involves the hierarchy, who he answers to, and working with Joe Schoen, which is, I think, for a lot of Giants fans, those are all the questions, right?
Yeah.
Because Joe Schoen's presence and continued presence in the organization is something a lot of fans were not expecting. That'll be coming up. But one more cut from Harbaugh, and this, of course, is about winning in New York versus, of course, what he's already done, which is win in Baltimore.
Well, I mean, the skyline's a lot different. You know, I noticed that right away. No two places are ever the same.
Yeah,
no two people are the same. You know, obviously you meet people in places and circumstances where you find them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take every one of those things we meet head on and do the best we can with it every single day. And, you know, you say you do the best you can with it every single day. Well, that means a lot when you really think about what that means. I mean, are we really doing our best? Are we really putting everything we have into it for this day? Are we really attacking the day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind? Another level? Is that possible? Is that something that we can accomplish? Can we have the best meeting and the best practice in the history of the National Football League? Can we? We can if we decide to, right, guys? We can if we decide to. You know, and when you do that day by day, you build something, you take it onto the field, and you let the chips fly, and you go play some ball.
That's the other thing. He said, let the chips fly a couple of times.
Not fall.
Not fall.
He's throwing them.
Just throwing them.
He's not dropping them.
Yeah. He's just letting them fly.
Well.
So, anyway, that's the basics of the press conference. And you get a feel for John Harbaugh, how he's going to be at the podium. And we also have this feel that we haven't had in a long time of when you hire a coach with his experience and his resume, that coach is not selling himself to you. What he's saying is, this is why I took the job. This is what I'm going to bring to you. And I felt like he did hit all those notes. But coming up, we have to get into the business side of it. And that is his relationship with Joe Schoen and why Joe Schoen is still part of things, and also a change that the Maras have made in the hierarchy with the Giants that also is a factor in why John Harbaugh took the job. So you'll hear more of that coming up. We will get into the Knicks, I promise, in the 4 o'clock hour. A lot of you Knicks fans are fed up. I don't blame you. We saw it yesterday. That was probably one of the lowest lows in the Brunson era, and there's a lot of explaining to do. So a busy show, 800-919-3776 for you to be part of the calls. Stay with us for more. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $189 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM844-681, MSRP $29,075. Zero security deposit ends 2/2/26.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800 248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Now, I am loving the Rams, so you can apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. 21 and over and physically present New York option required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. Good afternoon. Definitely want to take it easy out there on the roads. We've got some slick and icy spots. Problem over in Jersey, 80 westbound. A big crash over by 287 in Parsippany. Only one lane is getting by. Traffic is stopped there from 280 on through. Inbound George, still have some road work on the upper deck and a broken down tractor trailer. Run you about 5 to 10 minutes. Best of it's the outbound side, West Side Highway northbound, even with a broken down car in the right lane and the 130s. Definitely want to stay away from the Henry Hudson. You're jammed there in both directions with police department activity by the bridge. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnel is just about a 5 to 10 minute ride. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
All right, before we get back to more of what John Harbaugh had to say today and the connection with Joe Schoen and how it's all going to work now when it comes to hierarchy there with the Giants, with the New York football Giants.
Oh, yeah, I know.
As he liked to make sure everybody understood.
You get confused sometimes.
Yeah, well, because there used to be a New York Giants.
Yeah, so recently.
Yeah.
Just yesterday.
Well, it was 70 years ago.
Yeah, come on.
70 years ago. No one here was alive. But you get the idea.
Yeah, I do. I do need to. We do have some controversy going on here.
I love it.
Stage.
Oh, yeah, damn right we do.
And it needs to be addressed.
Oh, no.
Well, this is the second week now, and Jacob is a witness. Anthony's a witness. John Winthrop is a witness. And curiously, he's the only one that's around all day, so you'd think he'd have an idea. And then, Peter, of course, you're aware of this as well. Don, I'm not sure how much you're aware of this because this is something more that has come up recently, and you've been on the road. So it's 2 weeks in a row that I have gone to Trader Joe's and picked up a delicious pouch of trail mix.
We know how you feel about it.
I love it. And we have like a cupboard in the kitchen area that we've kind of commandeered, right? We've put our pita chips in there. We have put some other delightful things like granola, crackers, right?
Yeah.
Would you say? Okay.
I have granola. We have multiple crackers.
Yep. What else?
Cashews.
Cashew, that's right. Your nuts are in there.
Yeah, I put my nuts in there.
I saw some Manuka honey in there.
I have Manuka honey there.
Very, very useful stuff.
And expensive. Some mango, some dried mango I put in there.
Dried mango. Okay, so you get an idea that we've kind of just said this is our cabinet. And for the second week in a row, a bag that was mostly full. When I've come back, which I haven't been here in the studio because of other things since Thursday, it's almost empty again.
Okay.
So last week when it happened, I bought a new bag. I said, okay, we're going to watch this now. I'm just going to see.
We paid attention. We talked through it.
Thursday, right? We were here all together Thursday, right? But we all had a little bit, but there was still enough that was showing in the clear part of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Came in today. Handful left.
Oh, yeah. Almost gone, Don.
I mean, I'd rather you just take it. Just take it. Finish the whole damn thing.
Steal it.
Make it disappear so even I'm like, wait, did I finish it? No, but to leave it there.
No, it's
with just a little bit left in it.
No, you know what it has to be, Don?
Now you're mocking me.
It has to be that the person taking it doesn't even think what they're doing is wrong.
No, I think what I was going to say is that they must think that that's a common area.
Yeah. Oh.
And they go in there and it's just for the staff.
The hell it is.
Well, if you didn't know,
yeah,
and there's a lot of people that work on our floor that aren't people that we have relationships with, the good karma people, and that's a common area. We all share cups, and we've gone into the refrigerator, and I've gotten creamer from there. And so there is a sense in that little kitchenette that's kind of community. A lot of times cupcakes and cookies are left on the
counter.
Left on the counter, yeah, sure.
Right. If I took a nice dish and poured out the trail mix in said dish and left it on the counter, that's a way of inviting everyone
I know, but
to
is it
have
possible?
some. You leave it in a bag and put it in the cabinet. It says, this is for later. Keep your grubby hands off it.
But I go into the refrigerator and I grab some creamer, and sometimes there's some delicious hazelnut creamer that I like to put into my coffee. How do I know that doesn't belong to somebody that they keep refrigerated and they're aggravated that I'm taking it?
That's creamer. That's not like that's an extra.
No, tell us, really.
If someone had a piece of cake in the fridge, are you going to take the piece of cake?
Right. That's the thing. Like Don, I more than any of us probably use the kitchen. I go shopping at Trader Joe's. I get my stuff. I keep some stuff in the cabinet. I put some stuff in the fridge. I go in the fridge every day. I just got oat milk from the fridge.
Nice.
Because they keep oat milk, whole milk, almond milk, skim milk, all there for coffee, right?
Essentials.
And everyone shares that. And it's really nice that Good Karma does that. They keep it stacked.
Understand.
Always stocked up nicely.
Right.
When I go in the fridge, I've just picked an area that I tuck my little yogurts.
Mm-hmm.
And no one has ever touched them.
No.
I don't touch anything else in the fridge because the stuff you put in there and you wouldn't dare disrespect. I see the cabinets the same way. You're opening a cabinet, seeing that there's an open box of crackers, pulling it out, or nuts or whatever, pulling it out and just going to town without.
Just thinking that this is for me too.
I think that's crazy.
So you know what we're going to do?
Hmm.
We're going to set up a camera.
I love this. I love this plan.
We're going to put a camera. We're going to put it in the cabinet. And everybody that opens that cabinet, your face will be seen.
I love it.
And we're going to go through it. And we're going to set a trap.
Well, now, where do you put...
Fresh bag right there next to the camera.
But here's the deal.
Hey, look, Cracker, open your mouth.
So when you grab the bag, the camera's going to see you.
Oh.
Because the camera's going to sit behind the bag.
I love what you've done.
The minute someone puts their hands and pulls the bag.
What if they're just moving it, though?
There'll be nothing there. We're going to put it on the shelf that has nothing on it. Eye level.
And we just sit there waiting.
Ring, you'll be exposed.
Now, do you think...
And then we'll do it like Chris Hansen. We'll bring you in.
What?
Walk right in.
What are you doing?
We're going to walk right in.
I was just here for the cookies.
Hey, so...
I just wanted to... I'm just here to get trail mix.
You like trail mix, huh?
Oh, yeah, here, have a seat.
Do you know whose trail mix that is?
I was just on my way. No, have a seat.
No, please, sit down. Have some trail mix.
You want a trail mix? Sit down and have some trail mix.
Thank you.
That's how we're going to do it. We're going to put them right on the couch. Because there's a couch right next to the kitchen.
By the way, this kitchen, when you think about it, it actually looks like Chris Hansen should be waiting there.
It has the island. It has everything that looks like a setup.
That takes me back to my earliest days having my own talk show on the radio in D.C. I used to play this Chris Hansen drop of him going, "What are you doing?"
Wouldn't it be great if actually
we got Hansen to
put
do
a Ring camera in there?
I know.
And because then when you see it open and you go, you press the button that you could talk
to them.
What?
No, and we get an update. We get an update on our phone. Oh, someone's looking
live, and you just hit it.
Oh, that would be so.
What are you doing? Who do you think it could be? If we had to guess, because Bart's already claimed he doesn't. It's not him, and I believe him because he brings his own spread. Like he's got it. His bag's got all kinds of
sauce in the bag. He's like Hillary Clinton.
Who else? Who else could it be?
Well, listen, I'm going to assume it's not any of the lovely good karma folks who just like work in the office.
I can't say that. I can't say that with full confidence.
Me neither. But I don't know anyone well enough to
accusations fly.
To let accusations fly. I can't.
All right.
So I'm going to assume it's someone from our world.
Talent that knows that cabinet.
What do you think? If you were to guess, Anthony, or he's probably dealing with something. Jacob, whichever you available. Do you lean towards it being talent or not?
I don't think it's talent, to be honest.
You don't think it's talent?
I don't think so.
I think it's somebody in the office.
How about?
I don't think it's malicious. I think that you guys are taking liberties with thinking that that's your cabinet and nobody's going to go in and take stuff.
Here's why I disagree with you.
I was about to say, this is why I disagree with Anthony.
Okay, because neither of you open up a cabinet and assume it's yours for the taking.
No, but I don't trust other people.
But why would other people who know that there are lots of people here that don't know assume that that's communal? You know the only thing that's communal is stuff that's intentionally left out or the coffee and creamers. Yeah. That's it. Nothing else is communal here. You know what I mean?
It's an open bag of trail mix. Someone put their hands in it already. Why would you want to open that?
That's the part, too, that creeps me out. It's the fact that you know somebody else
would you do it?
In it.
Like if you saw an open bag, would you be like, "Oh, I'm going to get some of these"? You don't even know whose hands were in there.
I can count the one.
You know, there's people you look at and you're like, "No way, he washed his hands after he goes to the bathroom." I'm not touching anything.
The one time I even got like any of Alan Hahn's bag of nuts, and I'll say it like that. Yes.
Wow.
Was when he offered it to me, and I was like, "This doesn't have raisins in it. I'm good." That's the only time I touched like the trail mix.
You like raisins?
Yes, I like raisins.
Those have raisins?
No, but I think the one you had was like chocolate.
There was another
better. Had chocolate. Yeah, Chocolate's better than raisins.
Really good with M&Ms.
I need chocolate. I need chocolate and raisins. I'm sorry.
Oh wow, look at you.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to tell you guys the truth.
It's you.
It's me.
You come back at night.
If I was working on the weekend and I was like starving and it's a Saturday at 10 and I'm stuck in the middle of board hopping a West Coast Knicks game.
Yeah. And you're like,
is there a chance I don't just go, you know what?
You're like one of the producers. It's like you got 5 minutes to yourself. You can't eat. You open the cabinet. You're like,
damn, that's
I'm taking these.
They got
with these guys.
They got the M&Ms in there. Well, they're not real M&Ms. They got the N&Ns in there. I'm about to hit these N&Ns real quick.
Listen, if that's it, if that's the truth,
I mean, I might have to do an investigation now.
Yeah,
well, I might have to ask the producers.
Yeah, if it is one of the producers and it's happening on a weekend, just tell me.
Be honest.
Just
be honest.
Just come forward. Hey, man. Like I just grabbed some. Like that's all good, man. You guys work hard. Okay. But don't do it on the sly and think you're getting.
It's true of everything in life.
Them.
It's true of everything in life. If you're gonna grab a man's nuts, you give him a warning first. You know what I mean?
Okay. 800-919-3776. So part of the John Harbaugh experience today for Giants fans had to be about why is Joe Schoen still the general manager here. There was a lot of people that were hoping that his presence would mean a change in the front office. But Harbaugh clearly when he met him, spent time with him, was impressed enough with him to say, no, I want to work with this guy, and he talked about it.
No question, Mike. Probably the conversations themselves is what led me to believe there would be great collaboration. I mean, obviously, you get to know Joe, and we start talking ball, and you see he's a football man. This guy lives and breathes football. His knowledge is deep. He knows the league. He knows the coaches in the league. He knows the players in the league. Probably knows all the scouts in the league, too, I'll bet. He was impressive to me, and it was just really a joy to talk football and then really dig into some of the plans that we might have going forward, see what we can build here. So I was impressed, very impressed.
So again, if you want to believe that John Harbaugh is a smart guy and that he's the right hire, as a Giants fan, don't you have to take him for his word? Don't you have to say, all right, if he sat down with him, spent time with him, and came away impressed, then maybe I should have a different take on Joe Schoen's presence and that front office's presence, despite the fact the last couple of years has been such a disaster.
I think if you're a Giant fan that hates Joe Schoen, you got to give him a second glance based on what John Harbaugh is saying, because John Harbaugh didn't have to take this job. I'm sure he could have walked in and said, no, I'm bringing in my own guy. I don't want to have to work with Joe Schoen, and probably would have gotten his way. And if not, he'd be in Tennessee right now. He'd be in Atlanta right now. He'd be in Miami right now. He's not. So he obviously feels comfortable with him. Now, he might have more power than Dable had. He might have final say, but if he likes him, then as a Giant fan, if you like John Harbaugh, don't you now have to like Joe Schoen because Harbaugh likes Joe Schoen? Or
at least tolerate that and not get all bent out of shape. Just think like, you know what? If Harbaugh gave him a vote of approval, then I guess we gotta let them work together and see if the results get better. Chris Mara, who is very much involved in the hiring process and could be credited as the guy that got it over the goal line. He talked about something that they were resistant to as an ownership group, and that was changing the structure. Like the Jets, Woody Johnson's always wanted everybody on the same level. Coach and GM both report to him. A lot of teams do that. Now, I don't always agree that it's the right thing to do, but the Giants have never felt that way. They have always felt like the coach goes to the GM then deals with the owner, and not everybody has the ability to say something when it comes to the presence of the owner. Harbaugh wanted that because that's what he had in Baltimore. And the Maras said, all right, you want it? Then we're going to change the way we do things. And Chris Mara explained how that changed.
Life has plenty of changes, and we've tried both ways, and we're just comfortable doing this with him. I think with anybody else, maybe it might not have happened that way, but everyone was agreement, so we're good.
That's the perfect answer, Don. Yeah. With anybody else, we're probably saying no, but this guy, we're definitely not going to say no to this guy.
And I appreciate that structure. I'm old school, too. I like the coach to answer to the general manager answer to the coach. We've had this conversation many times when the Jets seemed like the first team. Everything was collaborative. But that was back when you had George Young, Ernie Accorsi, even Jerry Reese, who had been with the organization for a long time. But once you branch out and you start bringing in younger guys that don't have ties to the organization, that think a little differently, think what Joe Schoen did when he came in. The biggest compliment anybody had for him is that he updated the systems. He modernized their scouting because they were old school and they were stuck in the mud, and now it's time to kind of grow up, do it in a better way, modernize the situation, and this is how organizations are run now, not just in football, everywhere, where the head coach has a job or manager, general manager, owner, and everything is now collaborative. And if that's the way John Harbaugh wants it, then the Giants, who have their hat in their hand, trying to hire a good coach now after going 0 for 4, then you got to make the change. You got to accommodate.
Yeah, and again, this is the right way to do it in this particular situation because you have a head coach that has been in the league a long time, had great success, and a GM who's younger. And the two of them working together, this could end up working out the best. All right, we'll get to your calls now on this, your reactions to hearing from John Harbaugh, what it means, and maybe we'll get a grade from Peter on the press conference as well. 800-919-3776. We'll also get into the Knicks in the 4 o'clock hour because, man, we got a lot to peel away from that onion. Stay with us, Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
St. John's goes for 5 in a row against Big East rival Seton Hall at MSG. Coverage begins tonight at 6:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
When it comes to meat and seafood, selection matters, and no one beats Wild Fork Foods. To everyday essentials, to high-quality steaks, to seafood and more, every product is blast frozen to lock in peak flavor and freshness, so you get restaurant-quality meats at home for amazing prices. Shop in person at 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or you can order online for same-day delivery. It's easy, it's convenient, and the prices are wild. WildForkFoods.com.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Yeah, this song starts to become relevant somewhere in February. Like right around Groundhog Day when you're just sick. Like the snow right now is pretty. Like this weekend, it just looks so nice. There was a point, I think, on Saturday where it was coming down like it was a snow globe. It was soft and pretty.
Oh, yeah.
And then so it's fine. We're going to get crushed again this weekend, right?
Not necessarily. It could be like 3 to 5 inches Sunday.
3 to 5.
You know, they start out making it sound like it's crazy. Then you dig into it and you're like, the numbers don't look that bad. But it's more the temperature.
You don't
that's
mind
killing
it, right? Like you don't, and then because it's nice, and then you get to a point by the end of January, you're like, all right, enough.
Well,
good.
As we said yesterday, I think we might have said this after you left, Alan, but like we have now fully ended up getting like we always talk about, when are we going to have a real winter? It's a bit of real winter.
This was going to be.
It's been freezing.
Yeah.
It's been snowing regularly.
Yeah, the almanac said so.
This is now enough. And now after the snow leaves, and Don's, somehow went to Western Canada, and still he may be lucky. The temperature today is psychotic. It's awful outside.
Yeah, it's cold.
Nancy told me the wind chill was like 1.
Yeah.
She bundled up the kids, and listen, we can't complain because we've had some pretty mild winters, and I can handle the cold.
I can complain. Don't you worry.
And listen, snow is beautiful. My wife loves snow, but I think Alan and Peter, you too. There's times we've got to fly commercial, and that can be a problem.
Oh, yeah.
We all have. Alan and I have significant rides into the city when we are home, and as pretty as it is, it gets dangerous. It just makes travel just so hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough, but there's also those mornings you wake up and you look out to your yard and
beautiful,
it's gorgeous, right? And it's great because we also have that backyard rink. And
You
most
have a
went like
backyard rink?
last winter.
Whoa.
It was literally a pool. Like it never froze because it just was too warm. We had like one time it froze over. And so it was all this effort and nothing. This year, forget it. You can skate on all the time. It's awesome.
So Don, you knew about this?
Yes.
Yeah. We put one up every year. Zach used to skate on it, now Callie skates on it.
Might be the only American to do it.
Oh, no. There's a lot of backyard rinks on the island.
Is that true?
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Well, it's very simple. It's a tarp that you use. It's a white tarp.
Okay.
And then you just make a frame.
Right.
And you put the tarp over the frame. And then if you want to put boards up, you can. And then you just fill it with, 2 inches of water.
Boy, you just made that sound way simpler than I'm sure it is.
No, it's really, it'll take you an hour or so to put it together. But you do it in late fall and wait for the cold.
And then you lay down the water when it's time.
And then once it freezes, then you really got to condition it to be smooth. And that's like Stephanie's psychotic with that. She's out there with the hot water.
No.
Oh, yeah. She's nuts. And you do it at night.
And how often is it getting used?
When it's frozen.
Yeah, like when it's
Callie will use it every day after school.
Every day.
And on weekends, I'll skate with her. Yeah, it's fun.
Don, I just think that, and you got goals out there?
We have one. Yeah, we have one net.
Don, I just think for how much, conversation there was about your non-existent indoor pool, I think Alan having his own hockey rink deserves a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Building my own hockey rink.
That's what it sounds. To me, it sounds like you have a hockey rink.
Well, it's not like it's not a 200 by. It's not that. It's smaller, but it's
You
cool.
have a hockey rink.
You do have a rink, though.
It's a little rink, yeah.
Wow.
It's a skating rink.
That is amazing.
You
are. I love being
it's
Canadian.
Not
I think
Bart's
Alan
Koi
actually
Pond.
is
Alan
Canadian.
is Canadian. No, Alan is Canadian.
I am part Canadian.
You have to.
We have Canadian in the family. Yes. We
wow.
Do. Yeah. So anyway.
That is cool.
And that this winter makes it like, all right, this is awesome. We can actually use this thing, which makes it a lot more fun. How about we hear from Joe Schoen before we get Peter's grade on the press conference?
Yes.
We did hear from Joe Schoen as well. And how about the GM, who's used to having final say, on the possibility of someone else having final say?
Yeah, and I'm not worried about that. Everywhere I've been in the league for 26 years. So everywhere I've been, the head coach and general manager work together. That's the only way it's going to work. And get on the same page, go through the process. Again, we've done it everywhere I've been. So I'm not worried about it. Like you said, that's just something on a piece of paper. Doesn't matter. We need to work together, and we're going to come to the final conclusion. And it's always going to be about what's best for the New York Giants. So I have no problem with that, and I'm looking forward to working with him.
So they just wanted it to be official. That's why the wording had to be in the contract. So there wouldn't be any question about it. And maybe it's because if there's another GM brought in, that protects the head coach.
Right. But when we talk about collaboration, and the Jets are a good example of that.
Yep.
is that the head coach and the general manager were kind of the same, right? Neither had any more experience than the other, and so there was no real power struggle, and they all did everything collaborative. They could be collaborative all they want. John Harbaugh is going to get his way because he's the big boy in the room, right? He's the guy that's got the ring. He's the guy that's been a successful head coach. No offense to Joe Schoen, but he doesn't have John Harbaugh's resume. Unfortunately, ownership does not have Wellington's resume. So if there's going to be face-offs that are going to be won from a Giant fan's perspective, I want Harbaugh to win those face-offs. They can be collaborative all they want, but give the guy what he wants. If there's a debate about a player, go with Harbaugh's player. If there's a debate about a coordinator, go with Harbaugh's coordinator, right? Who's going to start a quarterback? John Harbaugh is going to have the final say. So have all the discussions you want, but somebody at the end of the day has got to win the face-off. And I think that's where the real good organizations at least have the one guy that's going to say, all right, I've got the final say. I heard you out, but now it's my decision.
What do we think, though, about how fast the Giants can turn things around? Because that's all anybody cares about.
We never got to it yesterday, I don't think. Is there over-under Vegas now 8.5?
Yeah. It's crazy, guys. They haven't hit 8 wins in 2 years. Or they had 8.
And their schedule is not, right? They don't have the hard schedule next year, right?
No.
Well, based on how they've been playing,
why should
schedule would be hard unless you're going to have,
but that benefits
UNLV
you
on it.
But that benefits you.
But it benefits you, but also tells you that how many wins he's worth. They're saying he might be worth 5 wins. And oh, look, the games they blew in the fourth quarter, how many?
Mm-hmm.
So Vegas is saying you probably win those with a competent head coach, and you might have won 7-8 games this year. So if it's 8.5, it's tough to bet the over at 9 to go from 4 wins to 9. But if you're telling me that they can win 8-9 games, you're playing meaningful games in December. You're in the hunt for a wild card spot going to the last couple of weeks of the season. So Vegas is telling you it's right on the fringe, right? 8.5 is the betting odds of them being competitive and them being in a playoff spot. 9 gets you there. 8. Well, in this division, 8 won't get you a division title.
So the Giants have the AFC South and the NFC West. That's the group they'll be playing against.
That's good from an AFC standpoint. Not
AFC
great
South.
from an NFC standpoint.
So what'll be interesting, and it'd be great if the Colts were coming to New York, but the Daniel Jones thing, right? But they're playing at Indianapolis, so there's that. But you've got them, you got the Texans. The Colts were good before all the injuries kicked in. You got to play Seattle. In the West of Rams, like Niners, that's not easy.
I could see the Niners taking a step forward next year. That whole division could be a problem next year.
Oh yeah. So it's not exactly an easy schedule.
No,
so
but to
8.5
point, think about what they're saying about Harbaugh.
Right, 8.5 is a pretty hefty number for a team that was 4-13, but also, as Don said, did blow some games that should have been wins earlier.
It's crazy though how much
season.
we emphasize the quarterback. It seems like maybe the coaches even more.
I'm telling you, we do emphasize quarterback. I do believe in more than any other sport, head coach matters the most. But coming up, as of course we'll continue with you, I'll take your calls on the Giants and the Harbaugh press conference, your anticipation, expectations for the Giants going forward after you've heard from him. We have to dive into the Knicks and something I heard this weekend at Madison Square Garden that I haven't heard in a long time. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-50 2.5S Select with all-wheel drive for $179 for 33 months. Or buy with 0.9% APR financing for 72 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN379853, MSRP $33,425. Zero security deposit, APR $14.27 per month for $1,000 finance, ends 2/2/26.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
402 in the big city with Don LaGreca, Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. 800-919-3776 is the number. I've avoided it long enough, Peter, Don, but we really do have to have a conversation about what's happening with the New York Knicks.
Oh, I think about the nuts again.
No, we've already had that discussion, and I wouldn't mind going back to it because this is not the fun discussion. The Knicks have been a fun story up until, I don't know, about December 18th, and then it stopped being fun.
What happened on December 18th?
That they won the NBA Cup.
Got it.
Then nothing. So I'm inviting Knicks fans to vent because I've seen it all on social media, and I heard everybody at the Garden, so I totally understand it. And we all want answers. We were looking for answers last night. We can't get them because no one has any. And that probably is the scariest part. But Peter, Don, I heard something this weekend. I can't remember the last time I heard them in that building.
Mm-hmm.
Directed at the home team. Those are boos. Loud. It started Friday. Late in the game. Now, they fought in that game Friday. They didn't have Brunson, they didn't have Hart, but they fought. That wasn't an effort issue. That was running out of gas issue. They were 1 for 10 on open or wide open threes in the fourth quarter. They had a chance to win that game. Couldn't make a shot. And Towns, the ball slipped in his hand, and he shot an air ball, and the boos started. And he knows who the boos were for. Those were not a collective, we're mad at the team boo. That was hey, you're not living up, and you're going to hear about it. And they were letting him hear about
that they were he was on the verge.
You could feel this was coming. And I'm telling you, I think the New York fans were more patient with him this season than they have been with others, including Julius Randle. But he started to hear it Friday night. But nothing like yesterday afternoon when in that first quarter you saw a Knicks team that brought nothing to the table. That was a no-show first half. That was a no-show. Not a single player can say, I brought it. No, you didn't. Nobody brought it. Oh, I'm sorry. Mitchell Robinson brought it. You know why? Because they were on 1 million rebounds because nobody could make a shot. So he got 1 million rebounds because of it. He benefited off of his team playing like crap. But there was no effort defensively, no physicality, no anything. And when one player, Max Christie, started getting hot, knocking in a couple of threes, no one thought, you know what? We're at home. This dude's knocked a few down. Let's let him feel it. Let's just kind of turn that water off No. Just let him keep shooting. One after another, wide open, helping off him, which doesn't make sense. And the boos got louder and louder. They were down by 30 in the first half. 30! A Knicks team that is considered to be a championship contender. 30 points down to a team that missed pretty much all their players. They didn't have any one of their main starters playing. I'm sorry, Cooper Flagg played, but he was playing on a bum ankle. That was as embarrassing a day, especially on MLK Day at the Garden. That's a special game, guys. That was embarrassing.
Traditional Knick game.
It's just something about that game where it's like even the bad Knick teams are like, yeah, we got to show up for this one, right? It's on national TV. It's on NBC as well as it was on our network. And it was an absolute no-show. And there's no excuses to be made. I don't really understand why it's gotten to this point. But you remember that, ship be sinking. How far can it go? Sky's the limit. That's what yesterday felt like at halftime. And in the locker room after the game, players are asked to give an answer and explain themselves, and nobody really knew what to say. Except, of course, what was it like hearing those boos?
I'd be booing us too. Straight up.
That's Jalen Brunson.
That's why you love Brunson, though, right?
What else are you going to say?
That is a guy who I give an A+ every time he basically opens the mic. So,
Mike Brown about the boos, the first-year head coach who is now under a lot of pressure to figure out how to get this thing back on track because it was rolling at 17-9. It was rolling. And now all of a sudden it is sputtering. They have lost 9 of their last 11 games.
Yeah, 2-8 in the last 10, lost 9 of 11.
Yeah, it's bad.
No matter how you cut it.
Boos. I mean, if we're playing crappy, boo. I mean, if I was in the stands, I'd probably boo too. You pay hard money to come to the game. This is a form of entertainment for the fans. They know good basketball. They know bad basketball. We didn't play good basketball in the first half. I mean, I'm okay with the boos.
So he understands it as well. How about Karl Anthony Towns, who knows he's hearing it straight up, and a lot of them are directed at him, and he does hear the fans yelling literally towards him. And he had himself, even though the stat line looked good, he had another one of these weird games where he was kicking Dwight Powell in the Stones 3 times. I couldn't believe Dwight Powell. The third time, how did he not fight him? The third time, like he's taking shots, and because Powell's up on him, Towns is trying to draw a foul, and he kicks his leg forward. Or he's driving, and he brings his knee up. 3 times, Powell caught it right in the place no man wants to get caught. And Powell was in pain. The third time it happened, and Powell went down, and he was holding himself. Like, I turned to the sideline and put it down. So I'm like, they got to fight. They got to fight. We got to fight. Like, that's 3 First time might be a mistake. Second time, now I'm giving you a warning. Third time, we're fighting.
Listen, if this was
and they didn't. You know what he did? He kicked them back next time.
What else are you going to do?
What are we doing?
Now, if this was a boxing match, you would already stop the fight.
Oh, well.
You can't kick someone in the nards 3 times.
3 times. He got called once for a flagrant. And I'm like, again, as a referee too. If you're looking back, you're like, all right, Cat, that no more. Like, you can't keep doing this. It can't be an accident. So he was having one of those games that it's like, can you just get your head right? And he was not right. And the crowd is booing. And his reaction to it is this.
You spend, $140 to represent your favorite player with a jersey or more, and you come to an MLK Day here at the Garden, and the tickets are 2 to 3 times the price, and to come here and, spend your hard-earned money that you've saved up to bring your family to this game, and for us to come here and not really have a chance. I'd be disappointed too. And the fans, they spend their hard-earned money, they give us so much love and motivation to go out there, and they expect the results, and so do we. So, the fans are doing their part, and we got to do our part.
So all of the things that were said afterwards were all the right things.
Right.
You didn't get a Randall thumbs down. You didn't get a then don't come to the game. We've heard players in the past say things like that. All the Knicks players are basically saying, yeah, we suck right now. We don't blame you for being mad at us. We don't blame you for being angry. But I like the fact that this has turned as fast as it's turned. You're trying to, everybody wants that one reason. Pinpoint the one thing that happened that you could say this is why all of a sudden they went from one of the best offenses in the league and a team that really, is just blowing teams out, running teams out the building. And now all of a sudden they can't. They haven't scored 100. They've failed to score 100. I think it's 4 times in the month of January. In October through December, they never scored less than like 110.
And
so
now
it's like, so what has happened? What is a one thing that you could pinpoint? And I'm telling you, it's not one thing. I think it's a collection of things that have piled up.
Do you think is it more than anything though? Is it something they're doing wrong, or is the bad play a manifestation of something rotten in the group?
I don't want to say that it's something rotten in the group, because I don't think there's a bad guy or I don't think it's that. I do think, and it's fair to say, it does start with Towns. He's not been on board from the start of the season. He's been very uncomfortable with what's been asked of him, with the demands of Mike Brown offensively. You could see just he's never really comfortable, even when things go well for him on a given night. He'll still sort of give you this whole that's not really my standard. Like, there's a lot of that going on with him. And I don't know if that's a kind of wet blanket that has affected. So when things don't go well and he's not, he's got the frown on his face, does that affect other guys? I think Mikal Bridges gets away with a lot because so much focus is on Towns. I don't think Mikal Bridges has played to his potential. He has not played that well in the last couple of weeks either. But he gets away with a lot. Everybody likes him. And you don't notice it as much because Towns is so, what he does, you see it. Whereas Bridges, it's very low key. You don't notice it until afterwards. And you're like, where was he in this game? Where was he in the fourth quarter? So that's 2 players right there that are important players that play pretty much every night that aren't really giving you what you need. They missed Brunson for a couple of games. They missed Hart for a lot of games, and they certainly missed him. They missed McBride for a while. Nobody wants to hear this, but it's a real thing. In the weeks after the Cup, they were on the road for 6 weeks. They were home for like a game or 2 here and there. They had 3 back-to-backs, but they were constantly on a plane. There was no off days in between at home, none of that stuff. They don't have time to go in the gym at night to get shots up to stay in rhythm or to get back in rhythm. None of that's available because they're not really home a lot. You might say that's an excuse. You might look at other teams and say other teams have to do it too. I completely understand it. But if you take the time and look at their schedule from when they got to Vegas for the semifinal all the way to today, you'll see that it's not typical for an NBA team to play that much without any break. And that plus the injuries, the fatigue, all that stuff wore on them. And it showed. Teams are coming after them, and it showed. But it also exposed the biggest problem of all. And that is a team that 2 years ago was considered one of the toughest teams in the NBA is no longer that, and opposing teams know it. And they expose it night in and night out. And I don't know how you fix that, guys. I don't know how you fix that.
Yeah, me neither. And by the way, it probably won't be a quick fix. So you mentioned yesterday this sort of stretch they have between now and the All-Star break.
Yeah, it finally eases up.
So you got to at some – how many over 500 are they right now?
Well, they're 26 and 17.
So they're still in a good spot. But you also now, leading into this break, you just can't continue to plummet.
Maybe it's 26 and 18 now after yesterday? Yeah, okay.
You got to at least get this thing to manageable. You got to be playing at least 500 ball through the break.
25 and 18? So it's worse than I thought.
Yeah, it's getting
close. So you're 7 games over, which, so you've lost a lot of ground. Go ahead, Donnie.
But is it beyond just where you're going to finish? Is this a championship caliber team?
Right. That's what we were wondering, and we thought at certain points early in the season they're showing signs that they could be that. But we always wondered about the toughness thing, didn't we? We always wondered about that. Look, they thought they added pieces to make the bench better. Yabusele has not been a good signing. He cannot. You just can't play him. They've got to find a way to move on from him and get better there. Clarkson has had moments where he's been good and moments where other teams expose him defensively. That's a problem as well. Like, those are things that, you need a better bench, and we thought maybe they improved the bench. That has not been the case. The bench is still, if you look at the numbers, pretty much the same production as last year. That's not good. But I'm going to here's the thing, and championship caliber team, are they? You can't say that right now. You got to take that label off of them. But now you have to say there's a trade deadline coming up. Are you looking at this season and feeling desperate enough to say, I've got to make moves so that I can try to win it this year? Or do you say, I am not giving up any more assets that will cost me an opportunity to bring in Giannis in the summer? That's a tough balance, right? I might have to sacrifice this year so I don't lose the assets, the few remaining assets I have, so I can go get the Greek and have a guy that's got a ring on his finger.
You know the NBA better than anybody, Alan. Is there a trade to be made that is going to put you back on top again and put you back in the conversation of being an NBA championship team? And if the answer is no, then you wait. You be patient. But if you think there's a deal to be made that's going to improve them that way, then I guess you try to make it.
Yeah, I don't think there is.
Yeah, I don't think there is either.
Not one that's
I rely on your expertise with
I don't
it,
see
but
it.
then you got to lay out. You do it. Listen, they're a playoff team, and you got to believe as long as you got.
I think the problem is what you can do.
Brunson, you're going to be in games. Try to win as much as you can.
Yeah, what you can do is go find some tougher guys that you could bring in off the bench. You know, Jose Alvarado. They've had their eye on him. Pelicans.
Haven't we talked about this, though?
Tough, dude. They just needed – I think what you need is an infusion of some guys that have some attitude and some snarl. I thought Yabusele played that way. He done. I thought he did. I thought he was going to bring that. Nope. Because here's another example.
Why?
They played in Golden State.
Right.
And Draymond Green did Draymond Green things with Towns the whole game. And you know that's just what he does. And
you have to be prepared for that.
He was talking to he was talking to guys. Like there was a lot going on there. And after the game, is it a bad look that the head coach hugged Draymond Green after the game? On the court?
We've seen this.
Now, he did coach him for 6 years. They won 3 championships so when he was an assistant there. So I understand there's a personal relationship there. But there are some times where it's like, yeah, we're not doing this.
So, well, it's good to know.
You know, Dylan Brooks is trying to punk Towns, and like everybody's just standing there instead of like, guy, who's the guy? Isaiah Hartenstein would get in someone's face and let him know you don't do this.
So DiVincenzo and Hartenstein certainly had some level of muscle. Now, I think we over-glorify it because they're so soft now that you would think that's Rick Mahorn and Dennis Rodman.
It's a good point.
They weren't. But
it's fair.
But compared to this group, I mean, guys, you're getting a ball thrown off your face. You're getting abused for – this has been now for 2 or 3 years the identity of this team has been hug, fun. And I don't think it's Jalen, but Jalen can't be the one that's out there being that guy. That's not his job.
No, he's not supposed to.
He's not supposed to.
No.
So, like, that has been a problem.
Yeah. That
may speak to the other problems.
So when you ask me what's wrong, when you ask me about the team, and those who are, and we're going to get calls on this, we're going to get them in momentarily, but that's been the thing. When you say to me, what's the problem that needs to be fixed? As I gave you all the things that have led to this, it boils down to what's the one thing we can all agree on? This team's toughness has been questioned enough to now you say to yourself, I don't know if there's enough toughness on this team.
Yeah, and you can't create that. You can't have a team meeting and say we need to be tougher. You're either tough or you're not.
Right.
So that's something you have to add. But let's not forget, guys, when we prognosticated where the Knicks were going to go, was it really they're good enough to go to the final, or we just assume they're better than everybody else in the conference? Oh, the Pistons aren't ready. Pistons aren't ready to be that. Well, maybe they are.
And they're tough.
Right? Well, the Celtics are dead. They lost Tatum. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So let's not forget that, guys, that it wasn't, the Knicks are the best team in the conference. And almost it's like, well, who else? If not the Knicks,
by default.
then who?
Yeah.
And now you're seeing that just because you're handed the opportunity doesn't mean you're going to take it.
Yeah. And that's kind of where it's at right now. And that's the concern right now. And the last thing I'll play that was said yesterday was from the physical, emotional leader on this team, and that's Josh Hart.
I think we all need to do some soul searching, some looking in the mirror and figuring out what we're going to do individually, what we're going to do as a team, what our identity is. Because right now, we're playing embarrassing basketball. We're not executing on the offensive and defensively. We've been abysmal. We've really been terrible defensively all year. At some point, we have to look in the mirror and realize that no one out here is feeling sorry for us. We have enough. We've shown that, and we have to figure out how to get that sense of urgency.
So he used 2 words, embarrassing and abysmal, when talking about the team's effort and defense. There's nothing you can do. That's an attitude adjustment, Donnie, right? That's not like the trades you make could bring in a couple of guys off the bench that you would go to that have a little bit of an edge to them that you're clearly missing. But you're starting 5. Like everybody that wants to trade Towns, everybody is screaming for that right now. And I saw some reports that they were shopping him, and they're not shopping him. They're not shopping him. They're trying to get back the guy that he was last year in the playoffs. When for the most part, until the Indiana series, the Indiana knew what to do with him defensively. But against Detroit, against the Celtics, there were games last year where Towns was playing like an absolute star.
But
they got to get him back to that kind of mentality.
But this is sort of headline worthy. You're saying confidently not shopping him.
No.
Okay.
No, they're not,
because that was what Twitter was. Twitter yesterday was they're shopping.
Yeah, but even though the report, Steve Popper writes for Newsday, who had a note about Towns being a guy that even he dialed back and said, I'm not saying they're shopping him, but you can't do that right now before the trade deadline. Anything like that risks your potential of getting Giannis Antetokounmpo in the summer. And you guys all know, have I been consistent on one thing about that Giannis situation? What has it been?
You just keep waiting.
You can't do it in season.
Right.
That's
an off-season thing.
You can't do it in season. It's very difficult to do, and it would be very difficult to then assimilate a player like that with 20 games to get into. This is an off-season thing, and I still believe it. And Giannis, as frustrated as he is in Milwaukee, and all the stuff that he says there, which I wouldn't really put a lot into what he's saying, but he has to know, I got to live through this trade deadline and wait till the summer. And I've always said, if the Knicks don't reach the goals that they have set for themselves this year, which at worst get to the NBA Finals, if they can't get there, then that's when you say, okay, well, we gave this a chance. We have an opportunity to get somebody of that caliber. Now you got to really figure out how to get it done. And he wants to be here, in my opinion. I don't know if it's going to happen or when it's all that stuff, but that's why I don't think you can put a lot of stock into this whole notion of you got to trade this guy, trade that guy, blow the whole team up by the trade deadline. You can't do that. Not while that guy is still out there and still wants to play in New York. 800-919-3776. So we have a Talk About It Tuesday.
Oh, we didn't even get to the people.
No, we got lots to get to. We'll get to the people. We got lots of calls. We can talk about it with you at 800-919-3776 as well. So stay with us there for more ESPN New York.
St. John's goes for 5 in a row against Big East rival Seton Hall at MSG. Coverage begins tonight at 6:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Hey, the Patriots are traveling to Denver, and the Rams are traveling to Seattle. What's your feel? Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Caught with a gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm. From the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Score more with a college-branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back through Venmo Stash, a new rewards program where the more you do, the more you get. Get your Venmo debit card today and start earning rewards with Venmo Stash. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 50% off and every day 0% financing. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends January 31st, 2026.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Just a bad ride on the LIE westbound, trying to leave Nassau County and head into Queens. Earlier this afternoon, a crash by the Cross Island involving a couple of box trucks. Still have a fuel spill on the roadway. Only the left lane is getting by. You're solid there from Willis Avenue. Bumper to bumper on the belt westbound in Brooklyn. A crash over by Bay Parkway. Solid delays there from Flatbush Avenue. Best of it's the outbound George Westside Highway. They picked up that broken down car in the 130s. Slow go there from the 79th Street Boat Basin on up. Still want to stay away from the Henry Hudson. We've got some police department activity on both sides of the bridge. Inbound George about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels will cost you about 20 minutes each. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Sometimes you just can't take it anymore.
You're done. I'm done.
This is Let's Talk About It Tuesday.
And it's a really this idiot
with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Tuesday, 4:30. It's time to talk about it.
Well, first thing we should talk about is the topic from earlier, which is trail mix being stolen by someone in this vicinity.
Oh, yeah.
And they just won't own up to it. Joe in the car apparently has a solution for this problem that we discussed. So I'm going to give Joe an opportunity to help us.
All right, he could talk about it.
Joe, what do you got?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good.
So, next time you go to Trader Joe's and you're buying your trail mix, maybe go over to the spice aisle and get some chili powder. And then, before you leave Friday night, just sprinkle in a little chili powder into the trail mix, and then the problem might solve itself.
Sabotage.
So you talk about passive aggressive.
But no, sacrificing a bag of trail mix just to catch the
we wouldn't catch them. We would just harm them.
Catch the thief. Well, we would know. We would all know.
How would we know?
Because somebody would tell the story about, like, this producer had to go home because his mouth was on fire.
I listen. I hear what you're saying, Joe. To me, it sounds
wait, Joe. First
very
and
funny,
foremost.
but
Joe. We lost Joe. I was going to say, did you do this once? Joe sounded like he's
experienced.
This is go-to.
Do you guys know it's Talk About It Tuesday, right?
It is.
Well, I'm going to tell you about something.
Okay.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time when I was 14 years old and I had my first job at a record label? There was this little record distributor in Silver Spring, Maryland called Ross Records. And my friend Allison's uncle owned it, and I was working there. And I went to the fridge to have my lunch one day. My mom would pack me lunch, like the great mom that she was.
Sure, of course.
Right.
A little juice box, tuna Sammy.
Cut the crust off.
Some grapes. No, I'm a crust guy.
You're a crust guy?
I mean, I probably
you like a good
liked,
crust, huh?
Maybe I like crust just because my mom wasn't cutting it off.
No, I got you.
And I went to have my lunch. I pulled it out. And I went, wow, well, this sandwich looks really good. And I ate it. I took a nice bite.
Oh, no.
And after I took a bite, I went, wow, Mom packed some cookies too. Chips.
Uh-oh.
This is a hell of a meal. And I went, wait a second.
Oh, no.
This is not my lunch. And so I'd only eaten one bite.
No. Please don't tell me you did this.
So I wrapped it back up in the foil or whatever it was. I stuck it back in the bag. And I put it in the fridge. And I went on about my life.
I just pretended like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Fast forward a half hour later. This is a completely true, unexaggerated story.
Okay.
Fast forward a half hour later. I'm eating my lunch in the other room. And I just hear a woman scream at the top of her lungs as if some harm was being brought to her. She was like, ah! And then I'm like, oh my God. And I go and listen. And I hear she's like, someone ate my food. Someone took a bite of my sandwich. This is disgusting. And I just went.
Yeah. Wow. That sucks. Who would do that?
Ain't that bad a bitch?
Right? Wow. I wonder who could have done. I was sitting here the whole time. I didn't see anybody going
It's
there.
so crazy. I don't remember. I think knowing me when it happened, I then probably confessed because I felt bad.
You don't remember if you confessed?
I don't remember if there was confession.
You wouldn't remember that kind of confession because the response was probably pretty
that's the thing.
Aggressive.
The story that is in my brain etched is the scream. All I remember.
That's all you remember?
Because I remember even thinking, okay, it's bad. No one wants their sandwich to have a bite missing. A scream feels aggressive.
But you had to come clean. That was the only thing, the right thing to do, and also the prudent thing to do.
Thank you.
First of all, if she liked you, she might be like, all right, I understand. And then she can now enjoy the lunch. Now she has no idea who bit into the sandwich.
Right.
She's got to throw the sandwich away. And based on her reaction, she might have went to management and said, somebody bit into my sandwich. They do an investigation.
Yes.
And then you have to admit it. And if you had just owned up to it right away, it's like, all right, no harm, no foul, simple mistake, no big deal.
I believed on that is why I confessed. Because I was like, oh, this is going to become a thing.
They do DNA testing on the bread?
I need to jump in and say something before this. Well, it wasn't that big an office. It was a handful of people that worked there, and I'm the newbie. I'm the intern.
Yeah.
You know,
so
or
the
the
process
kid.
of elimination would have eventually gotten to you.
So,
question now. If that happened to you, and that was your sandwich, you just cutting off the part that was bit and just keep going?
Probably.
Right? Why is she throwing it out?
I'm not throwing it out.
Don, you throwing it out?
I need to know who bit into it. Because I personally do not have somebody at the office that I would be like so skeeved out by that I wouldn't eat the sandwich.
Okay.
But what if there is somebody you are that maybe they've been sick or maybe they're just a disgusting human being. And you're like, I don't know, it's not him, so I can't take the chance, or her. But luckily we live in a pretty decent environment, so I probably would have eaten it.
Right?
I'm a 5-second rule guy too, so what the hell's the difference?
But you can't just just cut the part off. It was one bite, right?
Well, one bite. I realized because after
pull out a knife,
the bite, as the food's in my mouth, I'm looking at the rest of the lunch, going, "Wow, Mindy really came through.
Right, this is special.
Wow, nice.
I never seen my mom hook up a lunch. Wait a second. There's no chance she did this.
This is not. She doesn't make
because
this.
you know what it's like to be a kid. I don't know what your parents like if you had lunch or bought lunch, but like My lunch was never the dope lunch. I love my mom.
Same.
But it was never cookies.
No.
It was like fruit, sandwich, drink.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we had like company over that weekend, and so she said, "Oh, there's one brownie." She threw in a brownie or a cookie that was there.
Yeah.
But like in general, there was never any great thing in it.
You were never getting the snack pack.
Oh, no snack pack.
Oh, imagine those. Those kids were loved.
I saw the kids with snack packs, with cookies, with a bag of chips, with Capri Suns, with like dope stuff. That you'd be like, wow.
Did you ever have? Now this goes way back. I'm not sure how it worked at your school, but I went to a Catholic school. It doesn't exist anymore. St. Joseph's in Ronkonkoma. We didn't really have like cafeteria. Like you went into the church hall, sat down at the table with your class, and you just opened your brown bag.
Yeah.
That's it. So there was always like that one kid who was like, mom would show up right before lunch with McDonald's. And man,
no, I never had that.
Oh, yeah. You know what that's like? To be like, 10 years old and there's one rotten kid and everybody smells the McDonald's and he's got the fries and he's got the cheeseburger. And you're sitting there watching him and he's just sitting and his legs are kicking, grin on his face. And he's basically giving that whole like, well, I guess your parents don't love you like they love me. And you're just looking at him like, and I'm having my peanut butter and jelly, and you're staring at him like, you don't think you can just give a fry to a brother?
I know. I understand.
And you can't, because if he gives one fry.
No, you can't.
Now, how many fries are in that bag? I don't have enough fries for everybody, and then I don't get a fry. But that was something I'll never forget. Sitting there and just being like.
Alan, Don, you never experienced this?
I never experienced anything like that. Like, when you go.
Brutal.
When you would go to school, if for some reason, maybe it was after a game or there was a parent-teacher night and you had to go, just walking into the class at night was jarring, right? Because you've never been in school at nighttime and it just looked weird. If somebody had come in with McDonald's at Lincoln School in 1978, I might melt down. It was like worlds colliding. Like there's a bag of McDonald's at school.
Well, this you got. This kid's mom would show up.
Love? Is that love? Is that
like it?
His parents are so great, or is it like they completely forgot to feed you, and they bailed out by going out and getting you McDonald's to make up for the complete lack of preparation?
This was a regular thing. It was that, and then there was also the pizza on Friday thing, where everybody'd have to give like $1 or whatever on Thursday, and then on Friday, if you gave $1, you get a slice of pizza.
That's how you did it?
And
you guys didn't have any cafeteria?
No.
What the hell?
We didn't have one. It was a very poor school, man. Like we really didn't have we didn't have a lot here.
We ate, and in grammar school we ate at our desk. We didn't go to a cafeteria.
Well, that was later when it's like the first, I guess, 1 through 4, grades 1 through 4. You went, and then for some reason they changed it, and then it became in the classroom thing, which is even worse.
All of my schools
eating at your desk is probably the saddest experience of a student ever.
Yeah, it really is.
So pathetic.
Like all of my upbringing. This is if Mike were here, because you had a silver spoon in your mouth. Every school I had from primary school on always had a cafeteria.
Yeah. Anytime I saw that stuff in movies, the whole cafeteria thing, like it wasn't until I got to high school that I had cafeteria experience. You go in, you got to have money, you got to pay for food.
I did
but
not.
I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. They got a lot of stuff here.
But wouldn't this go to the opposite? I don't want to get into some deep socioeconomic conversation.
Why not?
But wouldn't it go to the opposite, that maybe your school had more money? Because
my elementary Catholic school, do you know Catholic schools on Long Island?
No,
there is no money in that.
No, I don't.
There is zero money in that.
Because teachers actually pay to teach.
Well, yeah, my wife teaches, and it's like her charity to the church.
But they're not able to get. But it's private school. It
is private school, but
so it's a broke private school, as opposed to because if it's public school, they got to have free lunch for kids.
No.
Well,
this is the 70s. They didn't have to do anything in the 70s. You're lucky.
No,
you got to school.
Did they give you a cigarette with your meal?
You know what?
Cheese,
you know what you had? The lunch mom, when she put hers out in the ashtray that was on the table while we were eating. Yeah. If you were able to cut it, and maybe you finish it off.
Catch a little rip.
No, but now my kids, would they get emails what they're serving the next day?
It's unreal.
Wow.
And then if it's something the kids don't like, Nancy will pack them a lunch. But we're talking burgers. And
wait, hold on. Your kids, real quick, Marco and Jalen are living an optional life where, depending on the menu, they may bring or buy.
Oh, wait till
I've never heard.
Don,
of it.
how does this work in your house? Because this is a whole parent conversation now. Now let's take ourselves from kids now being adults. When you were a kid in your house, what mom made for dinner, that's what you're having. If you didn't like it, you're not eating.
Oh,
right?
That's it.
So
I never.
Is there anyone else? Oh my God! Like, think about it. Is my dad would look at me and go, "You don't like it? Good, more for me." He would send me up. Like, that's it. You don't eat. So you just ate whether you liked it or not. How many other parents?
You brought that up.
Well, all I'm going to say is how many other parents live in this world now that we all lived in that world, that the kids come down, mom made dinner, and like one of the kids just goes, "I'm not eating that." I was like, "Well, that's what we're serving." "Well, I'm not eating that." They go in the freezer, they pull something out, they put it on the air fryer, they make themselves like some chicken fingers, and they sit there and eat that. And you're like, okay, at least they're eating.
Well,
at least they're eating.
That's what happens.
Yeah, that was not an option.
Like, in my house, are you kidding me? If I went in the freezer, my dad's like, "What are you going in there for? Take your ass upstairs." Like,
Well,
this is
this is
food.
what
This
you're
is what we're making. That's it.
But that is the way to. Your dad was right, though. In terms of developing the most well-rounded palate, that's what you want to do. If you're hungry, you eat. If you're not hungry, you don't.
That's it. Well,
Because otherwise, these kids develop the pattern where all they eat is chicken tenders and carbs.
Or eat for pleasure, not for sometimes it's just need.
Correct.
And they just, but we're the ones who are wrong as parents.
But
because we let them do it. Don, are they old enough yet in your house to just go help themselves if they don't like what Nancy made? They're probably not old enough yet.
They're not ready. Not at age.
It's coming.
It's just like, all right, Nancy makes a nice. She makes a really nice chicken soup, really good, but Marco doesn't like it, and so she'll make them dinosaur nuggets or whatever.
There you go.
All right, that's fine. But usually I'll get like, she'll ask the kids, "What do you want to eat?" And they don't know.
Never.
And I'm like, and my answer to them is, all right, they don't know, so make whatever.
Yeah, they only know what they don't want.
I'm not going to sit here be held hostage by my 8-year-old twins what I'm having for dinner.
It's true.
All right? I gave you a chance. I never got that chance. Not once did my mother or father ever ask me, "What do you want for dinner?" Dinner was dinner, and you ate it. And that was it.
Only on my birthday.
And now we're asking them. Now we've graced them with at least an option. And when you say, "I don't know," you forfeit that option. You're done now. You're out. You get one swing. That's it. You took it. You check swing tough.
Yeah.
No. You're not going to sit there and just keep swinging and keep swinging and keep swinging.
Don't want that.
Contact. No.
Don't want that.
I graced you with an option. You said, "I don't know." Good. I don't know how to make. I don't know. Now we're going to make whatever I want to make, and you're going to eat it.
So here,
and Nancy goes, "Come on," and like, all right,
Don, we could lose. I want to say right now, my guess is we could lose the entire show at this point. We could lose the rest of the show.
Yeah.
To people calling, complaining about their kids not eating.
Oh, this is a real thing in this generation.
And then they're 13, and you're meeting 13, 14, and even 15-year-old kids who still only eat pasta or chicken nuggets.
Zach was chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. That was his.
Until
go-to
what
there.
age?
Oh, until he went to prep school and he had to eat whatever the hell they were serving. It's amazing how that changed him.
Probably what happened to Michael. This is probably what happened to Kay. That's probably Kay doesn't have any kind of extensive palate because that's how he probably was when he was a kid.
But doesn't that go against isn't that sort of a spoiled thing? Doesn't it go against his not being spoiled philosophy? If they were like, "Oh, well, Michael doesn't want to eat that, so just let him have chicken nuggets again."
Well, it's also like it becomes I don't want to deal with the headache, so just make whatever. Like that, it becomes that. Like, I just want to eat. Just whatever the hell makes you happy.
Well, that's why there's a generation of children sitting in a corner watching an iPad eating chicken nuggets.
That's pretty much it.
Because it's too much to deal with. And by the way, I'm not mocking people. She's one.
Good luck
and
with
I'm
this.
now dealing with just having an entertainer every second of the day. So I now. By the way, did you guys see on the Instagram last night?
She took steps.
You see those steps? Couple of steps
we
right
buried
there.
that lead. We should have gotten to that. That was breaking news.
She took 4 steps
she
on
only
Saturday.
did these things on the air.
Well, this was on the air, Jay.
Well, he had the camera going. Now, what I noticed though, she had a basketball in her hand.
Yeah,
had to call it for traveling.
No, it was only 2.
It was no gather.
It was no gather.
It's travel going the other way.
It's funny. She can't quite figure out yet. Like today, she dropped the hoop. She dropped it in the hoop when I held her up today for the first time.
Yes.
But what I've noticed she really enjoys is just watching us shoot. Like she will be locked into just watching me and Natalie shoot. She loves it for some reason.
She fallen in love?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not football like John Harbaugh. But maybe she can. Maybe one day she'll be making a speech.
Basketball.
We love
basketball.
If you love basketball like I love basketball, then we're going to love basketball together.
My dad taught me about loving basketball.
All we're going to do is love basketball.
You know what?
All right. This is great.
We've talked about it.
We did talk about it. We got it out of our system. Let's talk about the Knicks with you at 800-919-3776. Your call is next. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular.
Your first time.
Well, this was different, though. It was the first time I've had a chance to do it for a segment that we did for MLK Day. And, look, I understand it. The video, the interview, which, by the way, he's so unbelievable. His perspective, his ability to obviously put it to words in an eloquent way, to tell you about what it was like then, what it meant to him, and what it means to him now, and all that stuff. Like it. It's a really good, it's like 4 or 5 minutes that I got to spend with him on camera. They shared it. The network did. And you know what bothers me? Now, I understand. Fans get mad about the team and its lack of performance. But it's like, there's a video that you should take 5 minutes to watch and listen, right? Especially on a day like yesterday. And it just gets nothing. Like zero play.
What you mean? You mean the actual video?
Like,
you
just
checked it out?
No one really is clicking on it and watching it. But, a fan ranting about how everybody should be traded,
totally,
a million views.
Totally.
And is that not, again, why sometimes I feel like we are so hypocritical when it comes to this idea of how important things are and how much, you need to put more time into this and you need to talk more about this. Okay, so we do. And then what happens?
No one cares.
3,000 views.
Well,
but it going crazy gets the million views. And it's frustrating to me because a guy like Clyde, he's in his 80s. This man literally with his own eyes saw that whole experience and what it meant to him. And the last answer he gave me that he said stuck with him is about at the time in the 60s, it was still like this, where it was like, hey, in New York, it was a little more liberal. You could go around. You could do whatever you wanted as a black man. But when we traveled the country as a team, there were places that it's like I had to have Bill Bradley there or Dave DeBusschere or Jerry Lucas. And they would tell me, I got you, Clyde. If they don't let you in, we're not going in either. If they're not letting us stay in this hotel because of you in that hotel, we're not staying here either. And he pointed to Jerry West. And he pointed to all the other greats, white players, who he said without them, we wouldn't have been able to have a movement like this. And I felt like that's like the strongest statement you can make when it comes to how important we all are to each other. It's not a one-sided thing, right? It involves all of us because it's the only way we get through life and some of the things that we are all going through right now. And I just felt frustrated, this man said some really profound stuff. It has nothing to do with me being involved in it. It's just the fact that I got to hear it and see his eyes tear up. And then I'm like, oh, people are really going to be moved by this. Nothing. And that really frustrates me.
Yeah.
Not surprised, though.
No.
Especially social media. Social media has really just become a destination for what specifically people want.
Bitching and moaning.
A place to moan and groan about your team. I mean, I see it with all the teams. And people are probably like, listen, I just want to complain about the team. I really don't have time for this.
Yeah,
they should have time for it. But
yeah. Oh, you have time for 3 minutes of somebody just screaming about trade this guy, fire that guy, right?
Because,
well, yeah, of course, that's important stuff. And not only that, Don, we literally operate in a world where the people are making the content. The content that's made is just to generate the views. So there's no value.
I mean, it creates a facade of attention.
Not even a facade. It's what grabs your eyes when you flip by. Seeing a kid screaming about how I can't believe I root for this team, I'm embarrassed. That catches their eye. Seeing Clyde Frazier, a guy who, yes, they love and respect, but they see him all the time, and he's talking slowly, and it's emotional, but It's just the worst. It's just the worst, and it's not getting better. It's getting worse.
I don't want to make too much of it because again, but I understand why. If the Knicks had won that game, maybe it gets more attention. But it's the fact that they're the way they're playing and the fans booing, and you have every right to be mad at this team and to be frustrated because things were going so well, and it has now gone a complete 180, and it's frustrating. We got some people that want to talk about it. 800-919-3776. So let's go to Manny in Flushing. Manny, start us off on this.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good.
Listen, I didn't get the chance to watch the interview, but at the same token, I wanted to commend you, Alan, because you've been in this team for like 14 or 15 years on MSG, and you're doing a hell of a job. And even interviewing with Clyde, I mean, Clyde has been pretty much like the beacon of the Knicks for now 60 years. And you know, learning about his story, being a black man in the South and Georgia in particular during the late 40s all the way to the late 60s. By the time he entered the league, I mean, listen, look, to me, I mean, I commend you for that. I mean, especially the day of MLK Day, at some point things need to be heard, whether you mad or not. But it is what it is. Listen, I commend you for interviewing him, and I mean, shout out to Clyde because I think next year will be like the 60th anniversary of him being a Knick.
Wow.
Now let's talk about this current team. Listen, I'm disappointed for a bunch of reasons because they lost 9-11 games. I mean, most of them against some bad teams. I mean, they lost to Dallas, which, mind you, I know they've been playing okay a little bit, but you shouldn't lose to Dallas. You shouldn't lose to teams like, Philly, Sacramento, and even lesser degree Phoenix, and lesser degree Phoenix. And also this, I mean, listen, I hate to bring it up because I hope that Mike Brown does well because I'm pulling for him because, listen, I'm a brother. I'm always pulling for black head coaches getting opportunities. But the way they're playing and they're losing, they're letting him down. And they wouldn't. I mean, they're letting him down, and I just hope they understand it because they're going to be perception. Oh, they're playing hard on their Thibs, and not on the Brown, because you know how the fans are. Because they'll play harder on their Thibs and not on the Brown. Because I'm very disappointed the way they're playing because of Brown. And listen, I'm not saying everything. Yes, he's also part of the problem, but he's not the main problem. That's it.
Yeah, no, I look, the coach, and thank you, Manny. The coaching is now going to be scrutinized because of the coaching change that was made. And in the first, 30-something games of the season, there was nothing to complain about. This was going well. But, yeah, this is going to be a tough time. This is going to be an important time for Mike Brown to show that he can grab this team where it is right now, going through what it's going through, and get it back on track so that by the time we get to April, we look back and go, boy, remember that January? That was rough. But Mike Brown did a really good job navigating them through it and getting them back on track. That's what needs to be said. But until we get there, he's going to hear about it. He's going to feel it.
Ramona Shelburne reporting Jalen Brunson called a players-only meeting.
Yeah.
So, and said, we need to stop looking at the coaches, quote, we have to look in the mirror.
Yeah.
So, and now tell me, a lot of times people will take a players-only meeting as potentially being an indictment of the coach. Can it be the exact opposite? We don't want it to be the coach. It's on us. He's doing his job.
You know what? I'll explain exactly your point and why that compares to last year to this year. The same group, different coach, different situation. I'll explain that difference coming up next. We'll get back into the Giants, who introduced John Harbaugh as the head coach as well. So plenty more to get to. Your calls at 800-919-3776. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Finally have all lanes back open on the LIE westbound by the Cross Island in Queens. They cleaned up that fuel spill from an earlier crash. Was out there for almost 3 hours. Still jammed from Glen Cove Road in Nassau County. No relief on the belt westbound in Brooklyn. An accident right before Bay Parkway. You're solid from Flatbush Avenue. Eastbound said looks like a new collision over by Coney Island Avenue starting to back you up to the Verrazano. No easy way to the outbound Georgian. Still want to avoid the Henry Hudson. Police department activity on both sides of the bridge. Cross Bronx westbound, bumper to bumper from the Bronx River Parkway on through. Inbound George looking really good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 20 to 30. Outbound Helen 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
.502 in the big city with Don LaGreca and Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. 800-919-3776. Continue with your calls, and we will get Peter's grade of the John Harbaugh press conference.
I've done the work. I've done the math.
Okay. So that is coming up momentarily.
Crunch the numbers.
I do want to, though, as Don is in Canada, and he is talking to us remotely.
Yes.
Has a back-to-back, but doesn't have to work tonight, so we're going to get full frontal Don tonight. And then the Canadian tour continues with the Devils. But that was a nice win last night, Don. That's a good one. And who but Nemec, of course, with the overtime.
Bratt drives. Bratt behind the net. Bratt spins, looking for somebody to pass to. Uyghur pokes it ahead, but Jack finds Nemec, who scores! Joe Nemec! And the Devils win it overtime, 2-1. Put a pitchfork in this one.
That's glorious. And by the way,
beautiful.
Did you have was Dano gagged? Like he did a great job letting you go.
Well, he was because he was too busy punching Bryce Salvador. He was
so fired up.
Listen, this team's really struggling, and the Flames aren't very good. And they traded Rasmus Anderson the day before, so they're kind of in their rebuild mode. But it was a great back and forth game that they just absolutely had to have. Yeah. And it was disappointing they couldn't get it in regulation, but with a non-conference opponent, you don't care the Flames get a point.
Right.
And what really impressed me that you saw on television is, it would have been so easy for Nemec to just blast the pass, but he just gently lifted it over Cooley, the goaltender. It was such a great way to score, and they desperately needed it. Now they get the Oilers tonight. Granted, it's a second of back-to-back. No Draisaitl. He went back to Germany because of a family issue. And then you got a Vancouver team that, is selling off pieces. They've lost a franchise record 11 straight games. And a Kraken team you just beat last week, maybe they can get on a little bit of toot here. They won 3 of 4, but they desperately needed it. And I love the Saddle Dome. It's great. And that booth, you're hanging over because it's so small. They built it for people that are like 5'3".
Yeah,
so I literally have to stick my head out of the booth, Peter. I'm like hanging out of the gondola to call the game, and you're right on top of the action. And it was a lot of fun. It was a cool moment, and it should be a good game tonight.
So when you cross the bridge, I saw your video, the very scary bridge.
The catwalk, yeah.
The catwalk. On the catwalk.
On the catwalk, yeah.
Don does his little dance. So after you cross over, where do you then land? Like
just
where
on
do you
the
end
other
up?
side, because it's easier to get to the buses if I cross over the ice and take that elevator. I could take the elevator that's closer to me, but I like to. The height doesn't bother me. You're literally walking over the scoreboard, and you're over the ice.
It's insane.
And there are
Well, when
people
you
that just
call
will
the
not
game,
do it.
when you call the game, how high up are you?
About
You can touch the roof.
little bit, yeah. It's because the way the roof goes, it's a
saddle.
saddle. That's why they call it the saddle dome.
So you can so even when you're up really high, you can still see the action well. Even
Because you know what it is. It's not even. You don't even worry about being high. You're like over the ice. If I were to fall out of the booth, I would land like in the first row.
Mm-hmm.
So but you
it's
could
awesome.
you could see jerseys and everything.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, it's. I'll send you a picture of actually what the broadcast looks
Yeah,
like.
that's
the
what I was
sight line.
curious about because it looks so far away from the catwalk.
Does
But
that
it was a lot of fun.
does it still shake a little?
Oh yeah.
It's the craziest thing was when you get the vertigo, the first time you're out there, and first of all, they still shoot the flames when they seel
Oh, and you feel the
and
heat.
you feel the heat on your
Oh
face.
yeah, baby.
Like it's that.
Feel the heat.
It's that, and then if there's a lot of people moving, or if the crowd reacts, the bridge thing that you're on starts to like rock, and you get vertigo. It's crazy.
Yeah,
but
and that was the famous arena where the incident happened, Peter. That was my return to the scene of the crime, but luckily everything went okay.
That's very, very cool. Oh, I'm looking right now.
The incident.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
where I had the stomach bug and
yeah.
didn't
We
make it
don't. We
through
probably
even.
we probably don't need
But
to go there.
Hold on.
But here's just a real quick, kind of
That
interesting
happened.
note.
Did it shake then too?
When the
I get more
Dodgers
specific
won
for you. Hold on.
when the Dodgers
You don't need to.
when the Dodgers won the World Series, Game 7, we were in L.A. So
Thank
there
you.
was that surreal moment. They were showing the game on the Jumbotron while I was calling the game.
That's cool.
When the Buckeyes lost in the playoffs, Ohio State, we were in Columbus
Oh, that's right.
for that game.
Yeah.
And now we're going to be in Seattle Sunday, the same day where the championship game's going to
Wow.
be played between the Seahawks and the Rams. They moved our game down up an hour, so the game's going to be at noon local, so the game could be over before the championship game. So we've been kind of following around.
But you're out of
all
town
these
though, right?
amazing
You're not going to
sports
be
moments.
there for the game.
No, he'll be gone.
No, our game is going to start at noon,
Right.
and then we're leaving right
And you're
after.
leaving
the
right
game.
away. Yeah.
Their game is going to start at 3:30.
Chocolate soft serve
Ooh.
in your pants.
Now-
Diarrhea
Oh.
that you dream about.
Now, if you're telling me,
Why?
now I will
Why
say
would you
this.
dream about
We
diarrhea?
didn't.
Why would you dream, Don? Why would Freddie Kitchens dream
No.
about diarrhea?
Well, I would need to talk to him about that.
Can I
Sounds
hear
like
that one more
somebody
time? I forgot he said diarrhea
Oh.
that you dream about.
Oh, that not even like you dream about.
I'll have you know, in the round of 64 right
Wow. In the
Why
dance.
wouldn't it be?
Just
Well,
telling
why,
you.
well, why
Actually-
in God's name would you ever
In your
dream about
pants.
that?
I don't know.
Actually, though, Anthony, like we're getting close. We're
Oh,
almost
yeah.
to February, right? Like we're almost. He's going to have to start putting a bracket together.
Listen, I'm on the phone daily with Lenardi.
Lenardi.
Okay?
Yeah, you got to
So,
talk to Lenardi.
We've got our who's in, who's out. First 4 in, last 4 out.
Oh,
It's there.
This is great.
So right now, all of you and the callers are just trying to get yourself in.
I'm excited.
Get
about
that
this.
MEAC bid while
Yeah,
you still
because-
can.
That's
okay?
right, because you're going to have the conference tournaments are going to be coming up soon.
Need that
and
A10
you
automatic
bids.
Yes.
great.
But
Sure.
But if you're telling me there's going to be a storm hitting on Sunday, maybe we don't leave right away and we end up staying over in Seattle. And if that's the case, I'm getting in that.
You
building.
got to go.
Oh, no.
Find
You
a way.
Come on, dude.
Find a way. Show your ESPN badge. You'll get in somehow,
Gotta
some way.
go.
You got
Because
to get in.
because when Don had that tough night in Calgary, he was the Legion of Boom. You know what I mean?
Well,
In your pants.
This is not going to stop, is it? Let me answer what Peter said. On the other side, we'll get back to the Giants stuff too. But you did say, right, like because as you said, there's reporting that Jalen Brunson held a players-only meeting after that game. Which, by the way, that had to happen. Carmelo Anthony said it on the NBC broadcast. He said,
time.
like, you have to. You don't let anybody leave. You close the doors, no coaches, and you have it out. And that had to happen. It apparently did happen. And when you said, like, is that when it comes to the coach, what does that say? Because if you have a players-only meeting, what I'll tell you is this. It tells you that the players, or at least the leadership of the players, acknowledge this is not a coaching issue. This is not a system stylistic issue. This is a us issue, right? This is a me problem.
Yep.
And we got to fix it here. And why I say that it's evident is because last year, there were times during the season, especially in the playoffs, there was a moment where it had been reported that the players collectively, not as the group, but like the leadership, went to Tibbs and said, hey, listen, you need to play Mitchell Robinson more. Josh Hart said, I'm playing like crap. They're exposing me. You need to put Mitch in the starting lineup. I'll go to the bench. I'll take the sacrifice and go to the bench. You got to play him. Where they were talking about, hey, I know we're trying to win every night. We need a break. You need to give some guys nights off.
Getting too many minutes.
Like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So when players go to the coaches and say, we need this, we need that, that's when you say, okay, so there's a divide between the players and the coaches about how they're doing things.
Interesting.
When the players close the door and tell the coaches, we got this, stay out of here, that's them saying, this is not involving you. You guys are fine. It's happening in this room, and we got to fix it. Does that make sense?
Yes, and you'd think it would be the exact opposite. You know what I mean?
Well, if
you think going to the coaches was a sign of closeness. We know we have an issue, so we're talking to the coach.
Yeah.
You're saying, no, it's the opposite.
Well, no, they could go to Tibbs because they knew they could. They had that relationship with him.
But it's also because they had a problem.
But they had to finally say, hey, listen, man, I know you're being rigid this year, and you need to stop. We need to do some stuff. The guys have had enough, and before it gets to be a problem, we need to fix it. But this is one that they say is, in the room. And Jalen Brunson last night even was asked about whether or not, like, okay, everybody wants to buy trades. Anytime a team has struggles, all right, you got to blow it up. You got to trade guys. And Brunson was asked about whether or not you've got the right kind of mix in this room.
I had utmost confidence in every person in this room. Just things haven't gone our way, but we have the ability to do it.
They know it because they did it early in the season, Donnie.
Yeah, but it's a long season. And there's a couple of things at play here. Number one, we talked about earlier about we anointed them the Eastern Conference Championship, not based on their play, but what was around them. Detroit's too young and not ready. Boston lost Tatum. Halliburton's out for Indiana, and we thought there was a clear path. You still got to take it. So it was more by default. And the other thing is, because I saw with the Devils had 8 straight wins after their first loss. They were 8-1 to start the season.
Yeah.
And now they're 5 points out of a playoff spot. It's a long season, and consistency is a major part of it. Now, they haven't fallen out of it. What are they, a 3 seed right now? I mean, they're still okay as far as seeding is concerned. But you just can't say, well, we did it earlier in the season. You're not doing it now.
Right.
And you're also not doing it after the in-season tournament, and it was only the third one, and you've outlined what happened to the Lakers and the Bucks in the second half of the season when they won it. So were they reading their press clippings? Did they leave it too much out on the court in December and don't have it right now in the month of January? Or, or is the easy answer somewhere in between? The great start and what they are is the answer. And if the answer is in between, Alan, that's not good enough to win a championship.
No,
that's
it's
not good enough to come out of the East.
No, it's pretty clear, right? That's the part. That's the part I think that you start to, because in the first 2 months of the season, you want to get a feel. All right, what is this team? Do they have a chance? And then when you get into December and you see them play at a high level through the middle of December, and you start thinking to yourself, okay, this team's got a chance. Like, look at how they get after it. They're good. They're not. Maybe you make a little subtle additions at the trade deadline. Remember, this is when Giannis was basically kicking and screaming, get me out of here. I want to go to New York, even though he wasn't saying it publicly. That was going on behind the scenes. His agent basically brought it up again during the season that he doesn't want to be there. And the Knicks, the owner said it. We're not ready to do anything. We don't want to blow this team up. We want to give this team a chance. We like what we have. That's them saying, like, we don't want to make a crazy trade. We think we've got something here. We want to give it a chance. So a month later, now it's like, well, wait a second. Maybe we're getting more focus on this team as scouting reports and everything else come out. Everybody starts to see how we're playing with the new coach, and they adjust, and maybe it's not as good as we thought.
And it's also a curse in New York where whenever there's a lot of noise coming out of New York where the prognosticators say, hey, that's the team to beat, then you end up getting the target on your back as if you've accomplished something when you haven't yet.
Because of all the noise, yeah. It's very loud here.
Yeah, it gets loud here, where you always have a target on your back after you win. but it was almost like they won, right? Like just the way they got to the conference final, and there was just a lot of people annoyed with how much chatter there was around the Knicks and going to the final. So I think they get pumped up to play at the Garden. I think they get pumped up to play with the Knicks. They haven't been 100%. There's a lot of built-in excuses here, but you can't trade anything that could take away from you getting Giannis in the offseason. They're just going to have to ride this out, guys. And they might have to take a bullet of getting bounced early in the playoffs and just saying, that's okay. We've got the tools to get Giannis, and we'll make a run next year. You can't overly panic not living up to the expectations this year and doing damage to what you could possibly pull off in the future.
Yes, and it's something, it's funny because Kat last night also said, we don't have the audio, but he said that we don't want to throw away an opportunity that we have this season. And I said, no, you see, you can't have that. Now, players should think that way, but the front office shouldn't, right? The front office shouldn't do the all-in on this season mentality because, like I said, unless you think you can pull it off, which is very hard to do, making a massive trade like that for a player of that magnitude. But that's an off-season thing. I've said it all along, and I said you give this team a chance to show you what it can do. And sometimes if it falls short, that's when you're like, all right, now we know. Because everybody references the Carmelo Anthony thing and how they blew up that team that I keep reminding people was at 500 when they made the trade. They were starting to leak oil. They had a nice start to the season. They started to leak oil. And then they made the trade for Carmelo. Now, that team finished the season strong. And then everybody got hurt in that series against the Celtics. But I still think that if Stoudemire and Billups don't get hurt, I think they can win that series. But they don't. And everybody's mad about that blowing up that team. Okay, so this time around you go, all right, we're not going to do that this time. We're going to see this through. See if they can figure it out, get it right, see what they can become. And if it falls short, now you have every reason to say, okay, we have our assets, and we have a player that wants to be here. Now we can go get him. I think that's reasonable, right? Yeah, it sucks as a fan because you want to win now because you're tired of waiting. But you cannot, just like you can't be impatient by making a trade immediately, you also can't be impatient with a team that goes through a lull in the middle of the season after they've shown you for a bulk of the season that they could be a really good team. You agree?
I 100% agree. Plus, I don't think anybody really had this team winning a championship this year. The feeling was maybe they can get to a final.
Maybe they can get there.
But when you looked at what's out there, there was reason to think if there's going to be a year, it's kind of like the NFL this season. It might be a year where you could, at least through the East,
this is the Buffalo Bills thing. You're right? Josh Allen is Jalen Brunson. And trying to break through and just can't.
All right, well.
And now, granted, you have
and
Oklahoma
McDermott
City.
was Tibbs.
You have Oklahoma City sitting there who would have been the Eagles in this situation, but you're thinking, I'm going to have to deal with them.
Yeah.
Well, we might be able to get through in the East. Yeah. And then you look up, and you're now 7 games over 500 playing like hot garbage. Jaylen Brown's putting up MVP numbers.
Yep.
The Celtics look like they want to be around.
Yep.
Detroit is, I'm trying to look for the comp here. Who's the Detroit AFC? Indianapolis? I don't know who the Detroit AFC comp is.
No.
That's surprising. No, but think about it. Halfway through the year, Indy was that.
Oh, if Jones doesn't get hurt.
That they are the Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit looked like they were on a schedule faster than we expected.
But I brought this up with the Rangers. You could bring this up with the Mets. How close is close? Oh, well, you go to the conference finals, you're close. But are you really close to winning a championship? And if the answer is no, then you've got to try to get there. And sometimes you got to take a step back or stay stagnant in order to take those steps. Instead of like, oh, well, we beat Boston last year, and we should have beat Indiana. If we won that game one, we would have went to the final. We could have won. All right, great. But you didn't. And now you look at the landscape and look at the way you're playing right now. All right, maybe you were close under those circumstances, but are you really a championship caliber team? I don't care how far you went. Guys,
no, you're learning you're not. You're learning you're not.
Sports are littered with teams that make runs that we know aren't that good. They're good, but are they really championship caliber? The Rangers proved that twice in 3 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they went to the conference final. They weren't good enough to win. The Jets went to 2 championship games. They weren't good enough to win the Super Bowl. The Mets lost to the Dodgers in 6. So theoretically, hey, you were 5 wins away from a championship, but you really weren't that close. So you've got to be honest with yourself. Is there a deal that's going to get you over the top. If not, then you're going to have to be patient, and you're going to have to listen to the fans moan and groan and us on radio ripping into them. But if you believe that there's a deal out there in the offseason that's going to get you there, don't damage that by just making some sort of foolish move that's not going to end up paying off anyway.
Right. And that's why right now it's the worst of it. Because if you're 5-5 over 10, you can say, we're just going through it, but we'll get right. Once you go 2-8, once you go 9 out of your last 11, it feels like a pitfall, and you worry that all the hard work you did to get 12 games over 500, you're giving it all back now, and it makes the end of the season harder. Everybody starts to panic. You can't. If that guy is there and he's willing to wait to the offseason to revisit the opportunity to be traded to New York, and that's what he wants, you just can't. You can't give that all away because of what you just said, Don, for the chance of thinking you might be good enough to make a run with what you've got. Let's grab a couple calls here. 800-919-3776. Nick in Woodbridge. You've been waiting a while. Nick, you're up next.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. Alan, for what it's worth, your interview with Clyde was awesome. So don't worry. There are people that are still watching it and listening to it. We appreciate it.
No, thank you. Mostly for Clyde, but thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So a couple things come to mind. Like, I don't know long-term if this personnel is going to be a fit for Mike Brown's system, but I think everybody needs to take a breath. Like, in the scheme of things, man, we're 43 games in. I know it feels like the world is falling and everything's terrible. I think this team will right the ship. I think Jalen Brunson is the type of leader that will resonate in that locker room at some point. I don't worry about that. I think that what I do worry about, and you said this, that the fans or players should have the mentality about being all in this season. The guy I worry about the most that has that mentality is James Dolan. And does James Dolan start ruffling the feathers? Like Steph Bondy tweeted yesterday that Dolan left at halftime of that game and never went back to his seat. Does he get so pissed off at this recent play that he forces Leon's hand, and then that whole plan of Giannis in the summer gets pushed up to mid-season, which I don't think is the right move either. So curious your thoughts. Just remember, the Pacers last year at this time, with one of the worst teams in the NBA, made it to Game 7 of the finals. So anything's possible.
Yeah, that's a good outlook there, Nick. Yeah, look, I think we've seen the quotes from Dolan about unless Leon, right? What he follows Leon, and what Leon suggests and what he thinks the right thing to do, and he has been doing that from the start, ever since he hired him. So I don't understand why there'd be a reason to go away from that right now.
Well, I can also tell you there are a lot of reasons why.
There are. Yes, there are.
It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $189 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM844681. MSRP $29,075. Zero security deposit. Ends 2/2/26.
All right, so what do you think? You just heard, again, we talked about it. The caller even brought it up as well. Even though this is a tough time in the season, do you have it in you to just be patient and whatever happens, as Harbaugh would say, let the chips fly. Whatever happens this season, you don't give up the things that you might need, assets-wise, to revisit a Giannis situation in the offseason if this season doesn't go the way it's planned? Or are you already saying, nope, I've waited long enough, blow this thing up, go for it, whatever it takes? Where are you right now as a fan? Because I've seen both sides of this so far on social media. I want to hear from you and make your case. 800-919-3776. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win. So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Crompton Ale House with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nets, Crompton Ale House is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m., and Team ESPN will be giving away ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday at 159 West 26th Street. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Crompton Ale House.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. We're going to start off in Nassau County. Not so great on the Meadowbrook southbound. A crash in the right lane right before Old Country Road. Add that to the volume delays. Go back onto the eastbound Northern State from right after the Grand Central in Queens. Rough ride heading over to the outbound George on all of your approaches. Henry Hudson. Still have this police department activity on both sides of the Henry Hudson Bridge in Manhattan. That has you packed on the West Side Highway northbound, bumper to bumper from the 70s, making it a slow go on the southbound Deegan. Everybody hopping over to avoid this situation. Jam there from right after the Mosholu on down. Inbound George looking good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound Helena on you 20 to 30. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's a great question, though, isn't it?
You want to bring it to the floor?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Well, I just saying during the break, they were running a commercial. We're watching the great replay of last night's competitive basketball game.
Oh, yeah.
Between the Knicks and the Mavs.
Why wouldn't we want to watch that again?
And they were doing the Celebrity Row, which was last night. A bunch of the regulars were there. Bobby Bacala, Tracy Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I forgetting Bobby Bacala's real name?
Sharippa. Steve
Sharippa.
Steve Sharippa.
Apologies. Friend of the show, Jace.
Yeah.
Steve Sharippa.
Especially since you know his name.
That's the adjacent
friend of the.
Well, it's either the friend Jace or the whatever. Right. Anyway, so Steve Sharippa was there.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy was there. You know, I think Ben was there. Stiller, that is.
Ben's usually there a lot. I don't
almost
remember if he was there last night, but he's always there.
And Don, I was just asking the question for the ones that I see there literally every night. They're getting the Celebrity Row treatment, which means they get a literally front row seat.
Yes.
They're gifted it.
That's the best seat in the house. I don't think everything is gifted.
Maybe not every night.
I don't think it's like that.
A lot of them are gifted.
I mean, it's
they have an allotment.
It's a relationship.
It's a relationship.
Let's just say that.
It's a relationship.
You know Tin Stoffel?
No.
You never took economics?
No.
Don, you know what Tin Stoffel is?
Did I say Econ 100? Maybe, but I don't know what Tin
Tin Stoffel is an acronym. There's no such thing as a free lunch.
You're confusing with Tim Tuffle.
Oh, I meant Tim Tuffle.
Voodoo Economics.
Yeah. No.
VOO Economics.
So
no, but Tin Stoffel is there's no such thing as a free lunch. So when you say they're gifted, it's not really.
Right,
like
sure.
everybody has
something they do.
You're always paying for it in some way.
So, but it's a good situation.
Oh, it's
How about that?
it's a beautiful situation. Yeah.
So, like well, remember last year, Don, when I took the beautiful picture of you and Mark Ronson.
Yes.
And Ronson took me to the game. Ronson sometimes gets gifted the tickets, and on this night, he had not heard anything. He just went on and bought
tickets. Yeah.
He went and paid for tickets. He'll do either one because he's a fan. What I was trying to say to Alan was, though, I wonder if that was my situation. If I would be up to be like Tracy Morgan and go legit 40 nights a year.
Spike
pays for him, and Spike.
Those have always been his. He's very proud of that. Those are his tickets. He always talks about how the first time he could afford it, the first thing he did.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. But he's religiously there.
Like Don,
he was there yesterday.
Don, do you think that you still have it in you to love a team enough? Like again, now I guess it also depends where you live. How long's the trip to get there every time?
Here, this is all you need to know. Like Don, we know loves the Devils so much he's got a tattoo.
That's right.
Right. You know I've been involved in the Knicks in a long, long time. If Don or I became billionaires, let's say we won lottery, billionaires, don't have to work anymore.
Quit the job.
Would you buy season tickets to the Devils and go 41 nights a year? Would I buy a courtside seat and go to 41 Knicks games a year?
If I had that kind of disposable income and, more importantly, the time.
Yeah.
Where I'm independently wealthy, I could do whatever the heck I want to do. Would I go to 41 games? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People do it. People have season tickets and they go to 41 games. They might not be on the glass or on the court, but they go.
Well, those are real fans.
But let me tell you something. Sitting courtside is the best thing.
No, it's the best.
It's
the best.
That's not like when you say, would you get tired? No, because it's every game's unique. It's different opponents, so different players, different stars come in. You're sitting there and you're in it.
No, you're
versus, again, when you're sitting elsewhere, I could see how it's like you feel a little bit distant. And a good game, you're into it because there's a crowd around you. But if
no, it's unlike
courtside, you have that seat. No, you can't get tired.
There is literally no comp in other sports, even up against the glass in hockey.
Disagree. I think the best comp.
Try me.
Sitting. You remember where Giuliani used to sit? Next to the dugout.
Next to the dugout.
Right in front of the.
It's
the
close.
On deck.
Yes,
on deck circle.
Yeah, right behind the on deck circle. I've
now the netting's there now. It kind of sucks.
Yes,
but back in the day.
No. Listen, when you're close enough to the field where you can hear the players chatting to each other, and
you can hear the crack of the bat,
and you can
hear the umpire. You can hear the manager cursing out the umpire. Come on, that's special.
But it's still not.
And then the view.
But it's still not. And
Don,
you're with me.
July evening.
Don, are you with me though? There's no comp to truly. I mean, maybe ringside at boxing. Certainly not UFC. The cage, you're too far back.
Yeah.
Ringside at boxing or wrestling is pretty
that
great.
that could
you
be
can
something.
hear everything and see. But basketball,
All right,
there's nothing between you.
So there's the question. The best seat
No, there's no question.
in sports
I'm
is
telling you
what?
there's no question.
You're saying
Don,
it's courtside.
Don, you're with me. There's
at
no
the
question, right?
I'm not going to be bullied. Peter's right.
Thank you.
For this aspect, you're seeing everything. Everything is right there.
Yeah, literally.
Like in baseball, you got those seats, but do you have the angle to see if it's going to be a home run or not? And if the great catch, it's still so far away
the great
from
catch
you in
is
center
way
field,
out.
Because
out.
you're
Okay.
literally the length of the field away from seeing it. What's the farthest anything's happening in the action on the court away from you?
Well, especially
you're in the middle.
And in the seats we're talking about, the ones that they're
40
giving Ben
feet.
Stiller. No, but the ones that Stiller and Timmy Chalamalama is getting. The ones that the ones that Timmy Chalalalala and Ben Stiller are getting and Spike seats, those are all within feet of center court. So both directions, you see it all.
Yeah,
they're running
that's
right
the
by you. They're talking to you.
It's crazy. So again, I have the incredible opportunity to call games sitting at that middle table.
The number one
I am
seat.
literally on center court, my seat, right? And I always take a picture for the game because it's always like, I'm going to tell people one day. I used to actually do this.
This
Be
was
like,
my seat.
You? Never. But like I make sure it's like proof. Keep my receipts.
Paid to sit there.
Paid to sit there.
Wow.
And
Wow,
watch
that's a stunt.
like and watch the and that's literally like I look to my left and there all the guys.
Yeah.
There's Stiller,
They're
there's
all there.
Morgan, there's Michael J. Fox, like
Timothy
they're all
Chalamet.
right there. Timothy Chalamet. They're all right there, and that's the unbelievable perspective. And you're right,
And-
you're only 40 feet away from the action either way.
And this is goofy, but it's even if going to be 58 years old, I still get a kick of being on the field or the court. Like to get to your seats, you're walking on the court.
Yeah. It's
Right.
crazy.
In baseball, you're not walking. Even if you did walk on the field, it's foul territory.
Yeah.
You're not walking down the first base line to get.
All right, now let me throw
It's
this
the
at you.
closest I could come up with.
No, let me
The
I'll throw a good
on-deck
one.
seat next to the dugout where you can hear Torrey like screaming at
great.
an umpire. You can
I'll
hear
tell you
Jeter
this.
saying stuff. Like that's pretty cool
I'll
too.
throw this at you though. This isn't a seat that you can go by. I don't think. Maybe with some teams you can. If you're able to ever get the experience, someone invites you or there's some connection and you get the pre-game football field experience.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That
pretty cool.
is standing on, and I don't know if you've done this.
Oh, yeah.
Stood on the sideline when the game starts,
Mhm.
and you're watching the game, kind of walking with the team because
Yeah.
they walk up and down the field as the game goes
yeah,
on.
it's a flow.
That is a pretty insane thing. I still wouldn't put it ahead of basketball though.
What did you notice about being on an NFL field when like it's
speed?
No, I don't mean the action. I mean perspective.
You mean how gigantic these men are?
No. Well, it's for me. I felt like this field is a lot smaller than it looks on TV.
Oh, yes, that's a fair point.
Like there's no room out there.
It's a full field.
It's really not that big. Like on
Yeah.
TV, it feels like this gigantic space, and you're standing there going like, "This really isn't that big."
Right.
Yeah, I've told you this a million times that when we finished the post game for the Jets, Greg and I, our cars were literally parked on the other side of the stadium. So security would let us cut through the field. We'd walk on the field,
Nice.
which I got the biggest kick out of. And you're right. You stand to the 50-yard line. It feels like you could touch the goalpost.
Right.
It's not that. It doesn't seem like that far away. And then you look up at the stadium and you see it's just how
You want
crazy
to have it feel.
is.
You want to have it feel further away. If you want to have it feel further away, and I've had the pleasure of doing this too, because Hot
Kick a ball.
97 does Summer Jam. Throw a ball. Take an NFL official ball, drop back, and try to throw a 25-yard pass with anything on it, Don. That doesn't require you leaning into it and heaving it and going, what do these psychos do?
Like Caleb Williams?
Yes, who's running backwards and threw it 50 yards.
You've done it, Peter, so you know, and Alan's done it a million times. But I played basketball when I was a kid, and I played like CYO. I didn't play in high school, so I was still a kid. But when I did those college basketball games, the holiday festival, Alan.
Oh yeah.
And I'd hang out on the court.
Yeah.
And there'd be a ball, and we bounce it around. We throw it around before the game, and then I'm in a suit and I'm in shoes or whatever, so I'm not in sneakers but to take a jump shot from 3-point, it's like I can't reach. Like I could like really heave it.
No, NBA 3 is
That's
huge.
that's funny
There's
to me.
It's like, whoa, it's pretty far
well,
away.
see, for me, it's not distance of shot because I'm aware of what that is. To me, it's for basketball, and this happened when I did the celebrity game in 2017. I had been practicing leading up, Don. Remember, I was worried my Achilles were hurting, so I was wearing the braces because, Alan, I didn't want to pop an Achilles on national television.
Oh, that'd be bad.
So I'm wearing the Achilles brace, getting all prepared. I'm playing at little gyms around New York to prepare.
Oh,
and then I get to the Smoothie King Center, or wherever the hell we did the game, and I walk out on the full-size court, and I go, I'm not going to be able to breathe after 3 times up and down this court. Like it's the opposite of the football field.
It's
the
94
width
feet,
and size of I know, but the width of the court. If you play pickup ball, you're never on a court that's as wide as an NBA court.
I guess. I don't know. I did a thing. Get ready again. When I was a beat writer.
Oh no way!
Anytime there'd be a morning shoot around, like on the road, they would leave out the rack, the basketball rack. They'd leave it out.
Oh, you're popping.
And so a bunch of the
Stop
guys
and
on
pop.
the beat, like we'd grab, like once we knew the team left, and now all it's just workers in the building, and now you're done. Like, so you had a few minutes, so we'd put shots up, but I always made it a point to dunk in every arena I could dunk.
Oh
in.
God, you know what?
You know what I
This
mean?
is done.
Like that felt good. Because it's different.
Listen,
and by the way, if TD go, I have a picture.
The whole segment here, Don, has been us being nozzles. Let's be honest, right? The whole segment is just 3 privileged, you-know-whats.
All the places we've been.
Just talking about, when you get on the court here and you get on the football, I was at MetLife Stadium kicking field goals, and I did this, and I did that, and blah, blah. And, Don, we're already being nozzles.
Yep.
But then Alan literally hangs on the rim. He literally goes, I see your nozzle. I jump over your nozzle, and I hang on the rim.
You know what I felt?
see what you're doing.
You remember Raw, where the Italian guy goes see Rocky?
Yeah.
And they go to this, and then there's the big tall black guy. He's like bends down and goes, "Hey, little man, did you just see Rocky?"
That's Alan to us.
That's right.
Oh, you guys went on the court, huh?
Oh, you took a 3-pointer in the celebrity game.
Isn't that cute?
Don took a 3-pointer playing before his college basketball game.
Yeah, really? I dunked on every basket.
Every rim I could get, I got.
I want to see a picture.
I'm finding it.
You're still clearing a dunk right now?
Yeah. The last one I did was in August.
And you could still jam.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to do
my
this?
Birthday's coming.
Are you going to do this?
55 is a big one.
Or so are you going to keep doing this until you tear everything on the dunk? Like, is that what the plan is? You just keep going until it all falls apart?
Well, I'll throw it out there. What should it be? What should I do? Because this is just once I turned 40, I started saying I gotta make sure I can keep doing this. So it just became a thing that I just every year, like usually around my birthday, if I could get near it, if I was near a gym, I would go in and just make sure.
Now, would you stretch first?
Oh, of course.
Like for the one dunk, you still got to stretch.
I've told you, it's not going up; it's the coming down.
Right.
You need to understand that. That is the part that scares me.
He's not Prince. He just glides down after the dunk.
Yeah,
no, it's not. That's not how it works.
Blouses. No, and I don't. You can't hang on the rim
still looking
because
for the picture.
I'm
Where's the
230 something pounds. I might break something.
You'll go full Daryl Dawkins.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a long time. I was a beat writer years and years ago, man.
But you said
scrolling back for this.
Oh, so you're saying for the arena ones, it was years ago.
Oh, the arena one. That's the one you want to see, isn't it?
So every year now, when you do it, you just do it in a gym.
Yeah.
You
I do it. I have my regulation on the driveway that I warm up.
You
on
ever
to
do it
make
on the
sure.
hockey rink? That would show me something.
On
Put
the
the
hockey
basket
rink.
on the hockey rink. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Don?
No,
do it on skates. Show me something.
But if you want to play that game, I did skate at Lake Placid.
See, here we go. Now he goes again.
Hey, man, did you just see Rocky?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no big deal.
I will find this.
All right, well, we'll wait.
Somewhere.
Don't you
the
worry.
one in Boston. Tina Servasio took the picture.
Well, now he's name dropping on the photographer.
There it is.
Oh wow, I saw.
And that's long ago before phone cameras had like any type of quality.
But
that's legit. That's me.
Hold on, this is an insane thing. It's April 19th, 2011.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he wrote in the caption, Shaq isn't the only 39-year-old in Boston who can bang one at TD Garden.
Bet your ass.
But I have to admit, I did airball a few threes.
I did.
Shrugs.
Yeah, I did.
And
send me the picture.
You got to send this to him. And also, one of the illest things about it's horrible, blurry,
yeah.
nasty, everything.
It's 2011.
But I can still tell
what
that it's those mid-2000s jeans. I could tell from the blurry
Oh, it's
photo.
awful.
They're those big,
you're
big
right.
straight leg 2011 jeans that are in all my pictures from that era.
Everybody was wearing those
my
terrible
God.
jeans. Why am I wearing jeans, Bobby? What
We
am I
all
doing?
were. Send Don that,
That's
though.
so
That is
good.
that is amazing.
You're right.
Wow. Jamming in the garden.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually. Yeah, I'll put this in the group.
All right, it's not jamming in the garden, but when we get back, Don, I officially will give you my grade.
Let's do it.
For John Harbaugh's introductory press conference. I'm not wrong on these, folks. We'll do that next.
St. John's goes for 5 in a row against Big East rival Seton Hall at MSG. Coverage begins tonight at 6:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Now, I am loving the Rams, so you can apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. 21 and over and physically present New York option required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Do you know what to do if you're stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. If a train is not approaching, find the blue and white emergency notification system sign on the traffic signs at the crossing. For help, call the number on the sign and give them the crossing number so they know your location and can alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life. For more information, visit oli.org.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-50 2.5 S Select with all-wheel drive for $179 for 33 months, or buy with 0.9% APR financing for 72 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN379853. MSRP $33,425. Zero security deposit. APR $14.27 per month per $1,000 finance. Ends 2/2/26.
You
gives good VIN.
It's good VIN. It's such good VIN. But you know what? You know what he stole from us though, Peter?
What's that?
The ability to do a transition again. He had an elite transition earlier in the show. Yeah. And in coming out of the break with this, we're robbed of another elite transition.
I know, but it's still so good.
You almost left the audience now wanting more, Don.
Yeah.
But you gave us good VIN. You gave us good VIN.
Thank you for that.
Tomorrow.
You know what else we have to give? A game time. Brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey.
Me?
Because when it's game time, sure is. Hockey Ranger, right? The Rangers continue their West Coast trip. They're in L.A. They take on the Kings. The coverage immediately follows Dan Grassa
like you dream
at 9:30. And as we know, Los Diablos, they're in Edmonton. They take on the Oilers. No Donnie tonight. No, this is a TNT vehicle.
Yes.
So we get full frontal Donnie on the show.
I love full frontal Donnie.
We might get shirt off Don cheering for the Devils tonight in the building.
Shirt off Don.
But that puck drop is at 10. Tullamore Dew.
Race.
The original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
It's right in your app.
It is right in your app.
Yeah. All right. So you want the grade?
Grades. Let's get it.
So we played a lot of President Biden's conference. I'm sorry, John Harbaugh's presser earlier.
Should we give people a taste?
Yeah.
I'll give you the short one.
Do we have Biden though?
Oh,
no. Do we have a Biden clip?
Yeah, we need to do a side by side. All right, later in the week we'll do a side by side.
Here you go.
Here's a little bit though of like what it sounds like.
Our focus is simple. It starts with building a team that is physical and tough, that's capable of overwhelming their opponent from beginning to end, and especially at the end, that understands how to finish, that is smart and disciplined, that plays the game the way it should be played, and that everybody watching it, including those playing it, be proud of.
It's
uncanny.
It's as close to a Biden-sounding cut as any of the ones that we could play.
If he had said, "I'm not kidding around," well, that's all we would have needed.
It's that simple. It's that simple.
It's that simple. I'm not kidding around.
We like football.
I like football.
You love football. You love football. You want to be here.
Football. We all love football.
Just like my dad said.
My dad loved football. My son Bo loved football. We all love football. I'm coming Clinton. So
anyway. Yeah. You went. Yeah. Somehow
anyway,
so what do we think of the press conference today? A lot of things that were said. Why he took the job. He wants to work with Joe Schoen. Very impressed with Schoen. He likes the hierarchy where he has the ability to go to the owner. And he plans, as you just heard, to build the team that's going to be tough.
Now, listen, I gave Joe Judge, I don't know if I gave it a letter grade, but if you listen to the show, it was clearly a fail.
Yeah.
It was an E.
And the rest of the guys, right? Don and Michael thought it was great.
Well, John wasn't as committed, I think, one way or the other, and Michael went crazy. Put him in the Hall of Fame.
Michael put him in the Hall of Fame.
He went absolutely nuts.
So, you never gave grade. You just said, no, it's not going to work.
I said it's not going to work.
Okay. And then Aaron Glenn, same thing. Last year, you were like,
I said, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's fast forward. This thing ain't happening.
Okay.
Is what I said.
Okay.
I'm going to use a letter grade here because I think that I cannot say about a Hall of Famer like it's not going to work. And I can't say, oh, they're winning a Super Bowl. I am going to give John Harbaugh a B+. I'm going to give him a nice B+. No, it's a B+. That's really good.
Solid B.
It's solid B+.
B+.
But what stopped the A?
Hey, what about A-? What kept him from that?
Yeah.
Sound like Biden?
No. Some would say that I should have given an A for that.
You worried about him falling off?
Yeah. No. You know what it was? The reason I didn't go A is that if I really break it down, and again, here I don't want Tessa to call or whoever else to come scream at me.
Well, let's see.
Too late.
It was a little generic.
Really?
He could have basically given this anywhere. He added I'm impressed by the market and the team is so great. Oh, do you like Jackson Dart? Oh, I hear the quarterback's important. I like Jackson Dart. I didn't get anything that I found to be incredibly personal about this specific team, but I also thought he sounded really good. I don't think he said anything stupid. There was no rah-rah, rile-em-up football, annoying, placating junk to fans. It was a really solid performance. I think you could feel good about what he said. I don't know, did you guys have a moment of...
Well, here, let me
A would have been absolute inspiration.
Okay, I
didn't come away absolute inspiration.
For those late did not hear some of the cuts we played earlier, here's one example, again, how he made it clear, despite all the consternation before he officially signed, that this was the job he wanted.
One of the most iconic franchises in all of sports. I wanted this job. I think I told you that, Mr. Mayor. I wanted this job. I wanted this job. And to be on the biggest stage in the biggest sport. I know the challenges. I understand the expectations. I know the fans are hungry for a winner. We're here with one mission, to earn the right to be called the world champions in New York. And that's what we plan to do.
And applause.
Yeah.
I had to be the players, right?
From the assembled media.
Listen, it's your
Couldn't have been assembled media.
No, it was the staffers, of course.
Well, I don't. When you call the franchise that hires you, an iconic franchise, he recognized New York. He recognized how hungry the fans are. I think anything more over the top, would have been, just a little too much. I think he hit.
No, he couldn't
hit it on it all.
He couldn't. No. I don't mean that he should have gone more over the top. I think he nailed the exact tone of how excited he should be. I just mean in terms of him saying anything in particular.
I think you missed
that
the
I
part.
found inspiring.
If we could find it. It might have been a question that he answered. He does go into a little bit of detail about the team and what he saw on film and the fact that his dad called them. Did you see this? Did you see that? Yeah, I saw all of that. Oh, here. This is Harbaugh. If you maybe this will help change the grade. Let's see. A little extra credit, maybe? Let's see if you're willing to change the grade. Here's Harbaugh talking about the Giant roster.
I see a lot of really good players when I look at the roster. Really, well, not the roster so much as the tape. That's where you look. You look at the tape. That's what shows you, right, guys? It shows you. It's on the tape. So I look at the tape, and I see a lot of good football players. And not just me, my dad. He calls me up about 3 days into this process, and he goes, "You watch the Giants?" I'm like, "Yeah, I watch them." He goes, "You see the way they come off the ball on offense? You see that offensive line? You see that offense? You see those guys? You see that quarterback? You see that defense? See that front? You see those guys flying around back there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I saw it. So when my dad told me, I knew it was true. We have a chance.
How do we feel? Can we bump it up to an A minus?
No, I'm going to leave it at a B plus, but I will give the Biden impression an A times 1,000.
It's really good.
If you're listening to that, I don't care what your political affiliation is. If you are listening and you don't hear what we're talking about, Don,
Don, you haven't heard him.
Don, is it the most sound-alike we've ever had of anyone?
One of the most ever.
Wait,
I can't get over it.
It's like Mahomes to Kermit the Frog.
Yes.
It's very close.
It's almost on the nose.
Yeah.
Like if he said that was his impression.
Or Garrett Cole, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Garrett Cole, Patrick Mahomes is almost identical.
It's close. But I think
those are two humans.
I think this is better. This
is very good.
But I guess the thing that impressed me, Peter, is that we heard the reports that he wanted this job. He respected the Giants organization. That certainly came across.
It did.
You see these athletes, my dad was a Mickey Mantle fan. That's why I signed with the Yankees. Oh, not the fact that they gave you $1 million more a year than everybody else offered.
How dare you?
That's always every Yankee sign. There was always they found some kind of common ground on why that it's not about the money. When you know damn well it's usually about the money, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
George Young always said it. When they say it's not about the money, it's about the money. But I think he backed it up. By how enthusiastic he was. I think he checked every box.
But isn't checking every box a B plus? You know what I'm saying?
No, checking every box is an A plus.
No, an A plus is they tapped into something you didn't even know was going to be there. They went to some other.
Well,
there was another place that we're like, wow.
But an A is I got all the answers right. I got everything right. He got everything right. What did he do wrong?
Yeah, I don't know if that's not my. I see what you're saying.
You're a tough grader.
No, he's grading an essay. We're grading a question, multiple choice.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
That's the difference.
You're grading the essay. Okay.
That's a good way to put it. Wow.
What we can do is we can grade what's coming up next. Let's grade ENN next.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See optimum.com for details.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night. Get home safe and quick. We've got some slick and icy spots out there on the roads. St. John's Red Storm taking on the Seton Hall Pirates tonight over at MSG. Definitely don't want to drive on the east side of town. FDR just bumper to bumper in both directions, heading over to the 59th Street Bridge. Grand Central eastbound, crawling towards Citi Field and Northern Boulevard. Crash in the right lane there in Queens. You're solid from LaGuardia. No easy way to the outbound George, and we still have this problem spot on the Henry Hudson. Police department activity on both sides of the Henry Hudson Bridge in Manhattan. That is you jammed on the West Side Highway northbound from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Inbound George, just about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels about 10 to 15 minutes each. New York Sirens are home at the Rock tonight in Jersey. Slow go on 280 in both directions, heading over to 21 in the Stickle Drawbridge in Newark. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Crompton Ale House with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nets, Crompton Ale House is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m., and Team ESPN will be giving away ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday at 159 West 26th Street. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Crompton Ale House.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting...
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi. How's everyone doing?
Good, and yourself?
Oh, like you dream about.
Like you dream about.
I had diarrhea like you dream
No,
about.
you don't. No.
Damn right.
Who dreams about that?
You know what? You don't know what Kiki's life is. So Maya's, first of all, welcome to ENN.
Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
ENN tonight, in case you were wondering, it's brought to you by our dear friends at Ramsey Mazda.
I was wondering.
All right. Now, Maya has, so her bottom teeth are in, the bottom two.
Nice.
And
does it hurt?
She actually, her teething has not been terrible. But the first bottom 2 teeth are in, and then instead of the top two immediately coming in, one off to the side on the top is coming in first.
Random.
And now the two are coming in the middle.
Oh, so she's straight up like jack-o'-lantern now.
I literally said, Natalie, our baby looks like Freddie. But don't forget, her first laugh was when Natalie went, Freddie Kiki.
Yep.
That drop that we have, I think it's a drop we have, of her laughing for the first time is to Freddie Kiki. And now she's
walking.
Now she's walking and looking like Freddie Kiki. Which isn't what you ever dream of for your child. And again, I don't mean what Freddie Kiki actually looks like. I just mean the version I've made up of Freddie Kiki.
Right. The character.
Yeah. I don't know what the guy. If the real Freddie Kitchens walked in here.
Freddie. Freddie.
It's a child with humor. If the real Freddie Kiki walked in here, I'd barely recognize him. But the version that I'm talking about. Of course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Our character.
Now, do you think? I think that the guy on Twitter may have fixed my camera.
Let me see.
Look right now on my computer. Look here.
Well, you think the TV is not as good?
Yeah, I think it's clear to see. I'm certainly not as. I think I'm more. I'm not quite like you, but it's closer. We've been dealing with an issue here.
Yeah. Peter's very vain.
I like my.
When he looks at the screen, he looks at himself.
Yeah,
and he wonders like how am I am I blurry? Am I this? Am I that? So
are you
he
watching?
Was caught
Don?
up in it.
Do you have the YouTube up?
Just our feed.
Yeah.
And
I see you. You look fine.
But you don't see that Alan looks much more clear, like it's a crisper picture.
I don't believe that. No, not what I'm looking at.
He's blind as a bat. I like to start off by saying.
You want to tell him how you fixed it?
Well, because Anthony said there was a shirt. Don's shirt was behind me.
It's not just a shirt. It's a stick of pitchfork in its shirt.
The stick.
Hey, look, Greca, open your mouth.
Credit to Mike Sepp on Twitter.
The put a pitchfork in him shirt. I think, Don, the camera was focusing on the shirt.
Wouldn't you?
And it was blurring me out. Now now listen, I'm already lit up like a jack-o'-lantern. I'm so bright, it's ridiculous.
You're very, very well.
So I already got things I'm dealing with, but the shirt was actually messing me up. Now, Anthony, who am I shouting out? Who figured this out?
Mike Sepp.
Yeah, it was Mike Sepp on Twitter.
There you
Mike
go.
Sepp.
Yeah.
See, good people can come from Twitter.
And you're not bright anymore.
You lowered my brightness?
All you had to do was ask.
We're going to see in a moment.
Really?
Let's see.
Looking forward to seeing the YouTube.
Yeah. In the meantime.
Oh, he did dim me a bit. How'd you
do that?
Look at that.
You know what I'm noticing, though?
That's better.
In this shot, that every now and then my hair gets in your shot.
Yeah.
I'm leaning forward.
Yeah, that's another issue.
Am I leaning forward too much?
It happens.
Yeah,
Listen, we're dealing with the best we can.
I'm going to move back.
Let me start off by saying good evening to John Harbaugh.
That's what we're going to be doing, football, all the time, every day.
Damn right.
And good evening to Don.
Hockey.
And to Alan and myself. There you go.
Oh, that's the second time we sang together.
There you go. And to myself. Trust me, nothing go wrong. I think you go full Mark Sanchez tonight.
That was
that was
wrong on so many different levels.
Didn't need to bring that back.
It's too soon.
Don't wish that evil
full
on him,
Sanchez
Ricky Bobby.
is you can't go full Sanchez. Don, you know that.
Whatever you do,
Don, you
don't
know
ever
that.
go
right,
full.
yeah.
If you're on a road trip with the team or calling it, you can. I have to remember this. Next week, certainly when I'm in Saudi, I cannot go full Sanchez.
Don't go full Sanchez.
No,
You'll never see me. I'm
it'd
gone.
be off the rails.
Yeah, you can't do that. Good evening to myself. I nailed Joe Judge. So far, I'm a little worried I'm nailing Aaron Glenn.
Well, listen.
Good for you.
That's a very eclectic list.
All right.
No.
Hey, I support that.
Good
for you.
If you're Cam Newton, it's not eclectic, it's eclectic.
Sure it is.
Eclectic.
Did you see that? Do you see that clip moving around, Don?
It's plural.
Bad job by him.
Yeah, and it's not even the worst of his issues.
It is not.
Cam Newton was interviewing the lovely Lady London, who's a really talented and smart artist.
I'll take your word for it.
She's dope. And I think she might have been an English lit major, too, in college. And he goes, I'm going to tell you a word that comes to mind. She goes, okay. And he goes, eclectic. And she goes, come again?
And what?
And he goes, eclectic. And she goes, it's eclectic. And he goes, I say eclectic.
Oh.
And she goes, how do you spell that? And he goes, this is the amazing part. Because then he doesn't even spell the wrong word he just said. He goes, Nclecta.
Sure.
She goes, that's Enclecta. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So he doubled down on it instead of allowing himself to be corrected.
No, he doubled down. Oh, yeah, and I think she said that. She went, wow, you're doubling down. And good evening to myself, by the way. Timmy Chalamanamamla.
I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
M. Night, Timmy Chalamanamamla.
M. Night. Shamalala.
Shamalama ding dong.
Shamalama.
What are we doing today?
The reason I don't struggle at all with the name Timothy Chalamet, but there was a clip that went around years ago when Lil Boosie, the rapper, was doing drops at the Breakfast Club, and they put out the audio, and he could not say the name Charlemagne, and he kept calling him Charlamagne. And so now when I see the name Chalamet, my brain goes Charlamagne.
Yeah.
So now I ended up on. So then I ended up on Chalamana. All right, kids.
Let's get to it.
We haven't spent much time on the college football championship yesterday.
We didn't spend any time on it.
So let's spend a moment on it right now.
We have to.
Indiana got the dub. It was almost exciting. We almost had a thrilling ending.
It was a moment. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it had a chance.
The interception, we were right there. That ball's a foot higher. We're having a conversation. But no. Instead, Indiana gets the win, 27-21. Let's see. Who do I want to hear from?
Oh, come on.
Paul
Did
Feig,
he go full cheese? I didn't. The minute the game ended, I just shut it off.
Let's hear Mendoza.
Did he go full cheese?
I thought he wasn't as bad as I've heard him
Let's
be.
hear.
Here's Mendoza after the win.
I first want to give all the glory to God. I mean, there's no better group of guys I want to deal with. It's the most special moment of my life. There's such a great group of guys. I love you guys. Great job. Let's go.
Oh, really?
Did he?
Really?
I thought that wasn't that bad for him.
Really?
Yeah.
He went there. He dropped it. Did he say fudge?
What bomb was that?
No, come on.
He didn't drop an F-bomb.
Right after, all the God stuff.
But I was watching.
Right after giving glory to God, we just...
I don't think he dropped... Did he say a let's bleep and go?
Well, why would they bleep it out? What else would he say?
I first want to give all the glory to
go.
God. I mean, there's no better group of guys I want to deal with. It's the most special moment of my life. There's such a great group of guys. I love you guys. Great job. Let's go.
This is to the crowd of 80,000, right?
He lost Michael now.
And they loved God being mentioned. But then he kind of lost.
That was out of character for him.
Now here he is on what Coach Signetti meant to him.
Yeah, I'd say with myself, it's kind of like a testament that everybody's had. Like, for example, Coach Sig betting on himself, going from Alabama, then kind of going back down to D2, and all these other guys, really betting on himself and self-believing. It was a very tough decision to transfer for myself. However, when I got here on the visit, he sold me on developing and that I could become the best Fernando Mendoza possible. And with a hell of a great group of guys, at that point I knew it was a no-brainer. And just can't thank Coach Sig, Coach Shanahan, and Coach Whitmer enough. They're always sticking through with me through the thick and thin of this entire season.
That's a normal quote.
It's
That's the
very
most normal I've
answer.
heard him, for sure.
Yeah. What? By the way, first of all, the Raiders were there and everybody was there. Brady was there.
Bella Danger was there.
People from other networks were there.
That's right. People from other networks.
Fair point. No, but I will say the story, though, of Signetti is something pretty special.
Yeah.
And the fact that team, you know who else won a championship? JMU. Because he took so many guys from that team. And they went from JMU to Indiana and won a national championship. That's if you're at JMU, that's those are our guys. He took our guys.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's wild, but that's a real thing that happened.
It's where do you end up ranking this sort of?
They were the losingest program in college football history.
Yeah,
and they won a national championship.
Mark Cuban also helped a little bit. No,
hey. I'm just saying, it just shows you that the world is different now than it was in the 90s.
The world is very different.
Well, in the 90s, you had 4 teams that could win a national title.
But listen, it's good, but you've now got it's kind of like baseball now, where it doesn't matter the size of the market; it matters how much money the owner has.
Yeah, the wallet, right?
Listen, I'm not taking away from the story. It's a great story, but when you wonder why Indiana went from basketball program nobody cared about football to winning a national championship, well, Mark Cuban donated a ton of money for them to get the best players. That's why it happened. Okay, it's a great story. I'm not trying to take away.
Well, remember the core.
But let's
of that
not leave out the reason why this happened.
Donnie, it's not like they got all 5-star recruits. He took a bunch of guys from JMU who knew how to play his system.
Crazy.
And that's the story.
They built them up, and they were able to compete at that level.
But
they took on the best. That Miami front line was nasty. Like, they were getting after him. That's the first you've seen Mendoza really looked a little rattled against some pressure.
But it's because I was watching, because the great thing about Canada is that when you turn on,
you love being Canadian.
Center,
yeah.
Well, they're showing highlights from the night before.
They show sports.
And
their MTV still shows videos.
And it was a great way to catch up because I had the game to do, and I was trying to see what was happening in the football game last night. But it was like between periods and all that, so to be able to watch all the highlights and everything. And then the Cinderella story. The Cinderella story was Miami. They were the 10 seed.
Yeah.
They were the 9.5-point dog. But everybody's making Indiana out to be the Cinderella story because Indiana's not supposed to win a national championship in football.
Miami is.
That's all I'm trying to say is that I'm not trying to. You're right about all the JMU stuff, and the coaching job was amazing, and Mendoza's right for him to take a step back, go to D2. No, it's a great story. But this system allows this to happen. This would not have happened under the previous system.
That's true. But you know what else is part of the Miami story? Carson Beck. Van Wilder.
Right, he's 37 years old.
We've seen that before.
He's been. This is 7 years. He's not even matriculated anymore.
No, he's
because he
done.
didn't have to.
Didn't somebody ask him the other day about class?
Yeah, and he's like, I don't have class. I finished. He had to enroll in the fall just to be eligible for the season, and then they get into the winter session. No, I'm done. I'm out. I'm just finishing the season. That's a story right there.
I just the thing that bothers me about college football is let's just acknowledge that the student athlete that's all over.
Don't
now.
call it that
all
anymore.
Right? It's a minor league. It's like a G League for the NFL, except it's much bigger and much more popular because you have all the holdovers from the way it used to be.
You're using the brand of the school like soccer in Europe uses the brand literally of a company and puts it on the jersey.
Because there's certain schools that have even more cachet than some NFL teams, right?
Yeah.
But it's not the same. It's just different. I'm not saying it's wrong, and these players deserve to be paid. They were taken advantage of for so many years.
Yep.
But, I kind of cringe at the whole rah-rah student athlete. That's over. This is minor league football that is exceptionally popular. There's no different than, the Somerset Patriots winning a championship. But you said the holdover and the brand name that these schools are and the level of coaches that go there. But it is professional sports, guys.
Oh,
I see the
think
cheerleaders in the student section and the Dr. Pepper commercials with everybody's face painted and the mascots. You're kind of looking at it from a prison from 20 years ago. It's not the reality of today.
No, it's not. And again, it's grown into something so freaking big that you have to acknowledge like you just did. But I will say this: the atmosphere in the national championship,
the Natty.
Yeah, the Natty to you and me. Don't you think it had a lot? It just felt louder than a Super Bowl does.
Well, it felt like more. It was actually a very competitive football game, which helps.
Well, the second half was a lot of fun. But don't you feel like because you have the contingent from one school and a contingent from the other school, there might be in between a lot of people that just bought tickets because it's the Natty and I want to go see it, right? But didn't it feel like, man, like that was loud?
Yeah, no,
there was energy
it's
there.
Different.
Oh, it was
because
great.
When you talk about the sheer
the
amount of
broadcast
people,
was phenomenal.
Now, the NFL is bigger because it's bigger in the biggest cities, right? Because you're big in New York and you're big in California and Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
But when you look at the sheer number of people around this country, there might be more people into college football than into the NFL.
Well, think about it. Indiana is a very big school.
So
you're talking about generations of people who attended Indiana. That's not like that's a lot of people who would all have an interest in going to Miami. Same thing. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's because it's spread out. It's not in just one little area. I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into that. But the game had an unbelievable atmosphere, and it was a lot of fun to watch. It was a great second half.
Can I just tell you, Don? Also, how do I say this respectfully? People are really. People need to go outside every once in a while.
No.
Listen, I
What happened?
know we have the ability to stay inside and stay in the dark all day and never leave your house.
What happened?
But when the photos started moving around, that a famous porn star, Bella Danger, was there. She's a huge Hurricanes fan, and they showed her on the broadcast, and it took over social media. I'm being serious. Listen, I'm an appreciator of Bella Danger's fine work. Don, I didn't recognize her. Did you see? She popped up. It's a girl on the screen.
I didn't know.
I don't know
who
if you
it
know
was.
this.
I mean, I
it's
saw
a
the
Hurricanes
picture.
game, by the way. They show pretty girls sometimes watching the game.
Stunning.
So the fact that everybody, that like Twitter collectively stopped with their mouth agape and were like, "Oh my God, it's a Bella Danger," when she just looked like a people got to leave the house, man.
Well, you're
you're going to hurt yourself.
You're telling on yourself.
Well, no,
when
what?
You're no, not
By
you.
them, yeah.
Anyone that was going crazy on Twitter, either you're trying to be cool or you're telling on yourself, or both,
or you're going to hurt yourself. I'm just saying, give yourself a break.
Yeah, you can pull something.
You're going to. Well, that's the problem.
I think that's what's
how
happening.
But the thing is that to some 20-year-old, they're like, my worlds are colliding here.
My two favorite things.
Because right, my the thing I turn on the second the game is over, it's all happening together.
I don't have to change the channel.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
They were like, people were like, "Oh my God, the camera guy." I'm like, guys, they look for attractive people in the crowd to show. They've been doing that since the dawn of time.
I didn't see it live, but I saw the picture going viral, and people go, "I can't believe it's her." Or
I'm looking at the picture of it right now. I don't think it's her. I would not know that's her.
I did not know who that was.
I'm good. It's like that doesn't do anything. No. I'm saying
you mean
like,
you didn't
the
recognize
whole idea,
the whole concept.
The whole thing is
because why does it excite people?
I don't know. Again,
leave people
because their worlds are colliding. The two most important things to them,
the two things they watch
the two
all
things
day.
that are on their television or on their laptop the most, just collided. Right?
All right, now here we go. Let's move to the NFL for a moment.
Here we go.
This is something that we've spoken about.
We have.
Mina Kimes on NFL Live speaking about Robert Saleh's tenure in New York. Obviously, his name's getting thrown in the mix now.
He's not just thrown in the mix. He was named the coach, right?
Oh, wait, it's already
Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's official?
Oh, yeah.
Bob got the job?
Bob's
got the job.
He back.
Oh, well,
yeah. That was quick.
Then I have other things to say. But here's Mina on looking back now at Saleh's tenure.
As far as Saleh, though, just to back up for a second, I do think the further we get from his Jets tenure, the more we see what he did with what he was given. Right from the point he was hired in 2021 until he was fired in Week 5 of the 2024 season, that defense was first in yards per play, third in success rate, and since then, well, we've seen the results even before they traded away some of their players. So I do like the idea of him coming in and fixing the defense because this was a problem on both sides of the ball. His leadership abilities are often raved about by folks around the league, but if he doesn't nail the offensive coordinator hire, nothing will matter. And to me, that's the biggest hire, maybe league-wide right now.
Well, again, that's to me, like, again, first of all, the further we get away, how many months has it been?
Since he was here?
Yes.
14?
So, right? Like, so how
12?
far away?
And we knew, watching it, we knew he didn't have a ton of talent.
No, but we also knew defensively is not a problem. What we knew was offensively was a major problem, right? Like that's we already knew this. Now, what he didn't have in New York that he already has now in Tennessee is quarterback.
Again, I want to.
That's huge.
I think they have a quarterback that we know is going to be better than Zach Wilson,
who's a leader. He's already a leader. He already gets it. There's a lot good about
Cam Ward. Sure,
there's a lot good about him that we have already seen that's tangible. That's been said about him. What we haven't seen, of course, is the results on the field because that team last year was just god awful.
So it's a 5-year contract. Don't know the numbers, but they're saying a 5-year deal, which of course means nothing. But it's still
good for him. Come on, nice guy, good guy.
I got to hear the presser, but I'll tell you,
he
my
comes
gut
to
feeling.
MetLife next year against the Giants, doesn't he? AFC South.
Do we know that they come here? Do we know which games where?
That will be some story. We'll get him on the show.
Cam Ward's regular season was a completion percentage of nearly 60. Over 3,000 yards, 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Not terrible.
I agree with what Mina said, though. It's really about him nailing the offensive coordinator. The only other thing I would push back on is that you can't, in my opinion, talk about Saleh's tenure in New York just talking about what he did on the field. He wasn't able to keep the ship together. Now, granted, that was a complicated ship to control.
There was a lot going on there.
There was a lot going on.
And the owner stuff with him. I give Saleh a second chance. I don't think this is like a stunning thing. Tennessee does come to MetLife Stadium and play the Giants next year. That will be fun.
And did you happen to see who Gary Myers suggested as a possible DC for the Giants.
Yes.
Who's
you
that?
See this, Peter?
No.
Little Rex Ryan.
Sexy Rexy.
For the Giants.
Why not?
Yeah.
But he bleeds green.
Yeah, but he's also a Raven.
No, he bleeds D.
Excuse me?
Sorry.
What
He was a former Raven.
What?
Charger now.
I don't think he was ever a Ram.
No, he wasn't a Ram. You guys want some Baseball Hall of Fame news?
Sure.
Say hello to the newest members of the Baseball Hall of Fame heading to Cooperstown, Mr. Carlos Beltran.
That's well-deserved.
Along with Andrew Jones.
Andrew Jones.
Those are
the numbers are there, but
never thrilled me. No, I never had movement.
Happy for Beltran.
Yeah.
Class guy.
That's no surprise.
He is the greatest free agent signing in the history of the Mets. Think about it. Who else? Who was a better free agent signing? Not a trade. Free agent. He's there.
Yeah, who I'm trying to think. I mean, you think better than Scherzer?
Very funny.
Better than Scherzer.
You know,
Thank you.
Yes,
I'll be here all week. Try the
By the way, I'm going to stay on brand for today.
All right.
Sure.
You know, I was there at Port St.
God.
Lucie.
Here we go.
When he went down for a little mini camp right after signing with the Mets.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
Now, can I ask you a question here?
Sure can. Cowboy.
Sure.
You mind if
You
I
heard that too, right, Don?
Yes.
You mind if I ask you a little question here? Like, what happened there?
What jersey is he wearing here? What cap is Carlos wearing?
I got to go look it up.
I'm
think they
looking
just
right
go by
now.
games now.
If it's
the player
games-
doesn't choose?
I don't think the player gets the. You know why? Because there was those players. Teams were buying it, like
I thought the
offering
player
money for
chooses.
them to make it choose.
It's
But
gonna
if you go by tenure. He was a Met.
Player gets to choose. Anthony's telling me. No, if it was games played, I'm looking right now. It would
Also,
be
they fired him as manager.
It would be Royals.
No. Mets
number of games?
839, Royals 795.
Oh, really? Well, I take it back.
It might be. Listen, he might be able to make the choice, but I think if he decided to go in as a Giant, the league they would step in and say, no, you can't. 44 games isn't enough. But I think when it's that close, he can make the choice. But there were times where, like, didn't it happen to Dave Winfield? Like, didn't he want to go in as like a Twin because the Twins paid money? So it was something like that. I might not have the story exactly right, but something where they didn't want players to be compensated for who they chose. But I think because it's that close, he may be able to decide who he goes in as. Andrew Jones, though, 256 lifetime batting average, hit less than 500 home runs, did have a ton of Gold Gloves.
That's still not giving me movement, though.
Listen, he hit the 2 home runs in the first World Series he was ever in '96. And he was a good player. I don't
clutch.
Feel Hall of Fame.
They love clutch.
Yeah.
He was not. Listen, he was clutch, but
how many championships?
How many champions? I don't know.
Do they have any championships? Any World Series championships?
Well, the only one the Braves got in that time was in '95 before he got
there. Right.
Yeah, he was scary in '96. Scary.
Yeah, not enough.
Was he 96 or 98?
96.
I mean, not 98, 99. He was 96 with them, right?
96. Remember he had the 2 home runs in game one.
He was like 19 or 22.
He was
like
a kid.
really young.
Yeah, I could look in 90.
Yeah, but not one World Series ring.
19 years old.
10 Gold Gloves, 5 All-Stars, no World Series rings.
Yeah.
I'm not mentioning Silver Slugger. Jacob's not enough. Sorry.
Rodriguez had A-Rod had 40% of the vote. Andy Pettit had 48.5%.
Oh,
wow.
Now that's a more interesting conversation. No?
I still think it's time.
Man, we got to let this go, man. I mean,
it's time.
What are we doing?
Who are you catering to at this point? Like, who pumps their fists like, yeah, the Royd guys got screwed again.
Let's we can keep this as we have a full frontal. We can keep talking about that on the other side.
We do.
I do want to close out ENN by saying, because I was in the middle of going through the coaching carousel today, the Dolphins hired Packers DC Jeff Hafley as their next head coach. It was announced last night.
GM, right?
Interesting hire.
Yeah, I can't say I feel a ton of movement.
No.
Solid defense, but 5-year contract as well. I guess that's all they're giving out. Hafley
They
is
have to now.
They Hafley. He's 46 years old, and that'll do it for ENN. Brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Choose
That was
it.
good.
That was good. And we have more good for you, including Last Caller Crew, 800-919-3776 to be part of the conversation. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
St. John's goes for 5 in a row against Big East rival Seton Hall at MSG. Coverage begins tonight at 6:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Show your team's spirit and say big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives. Just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a Profit Boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple Profit Boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Now, I am loving the Rams, so you can apply your Profit Boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your Profit Boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple Profit Boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. 21 and over and physically present New York option required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable Profit Boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he could be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Rich Eisen here. LinkedIn Jobs is stepping things up with their new AI assistant so you can feel confident you're finding top talent. Get this. Employees hired through LinkedIn are 30% more likely to stick around for at least a year compared to those hired through the leading competitor. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. And promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Jock Jams. This is like greatest hits Jock Jams.
I remember that.
Where do you put this, though, Don, for you? Because, I mean, it is AC/DC, right?
Right.
So, like, I know you probably have a high regard for AC/DC.
I have a regard.
A
I wouldn't
regard.
say
It's not a high regard. Okay, I thought you had a high regard.
I like them, but I'm not like my brothers. Like
So AC/DC to you is sort of, you'd put them in the category of the Guns N' Roses and all them, right? Like, you don't feel it's
rock.
glam rock. You call it hard rock.
It's definitely not glam rock.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, it's not
it's not
the
Poison.
No,
and,
right.
And,
yeah.
Pretty Boy Floyd or anything like that.
No. But it's not the metal that
hard
you
rock.
you listen to metal that makes people cry.
Yes,
that's what the metal.
I thought you liked
to.
the music that makes you cry.
Well, that was Yanni Ninema.
Okay,
but no, you like the metal that not makes you cry because it's emotional. It makes you cry because it's scary. That's what you like.
There's death metal, thrash metal for sure. Speed metal, whatever
Speed
you want
metal,
to call it.
Yeah.
AC/DC falls in the category of Aerosmith, Van Halen, hard rock. There's hard rock.
I don't hate that.
They're not metal. You can play AC/DC at a metal station. Nobody's going to bat an eye.
Right.
But I kind of put that more into the hard rock category. Is that fair?
It's very fair. Very fair. But this was one of those classic arena songs. Just getting people going. Didn't like it.
I am more of a Bon Scott fan than a Brian Johnson fan.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I do like For Those About to Rock. That's probably the last AC/DC album that I really cared about.
Mm-hmm.
So the first two albums with Brian Johnson were Back in Black and For Those About to Rock. And then I was out. So the Thunderstruck and Who Made Who, not a fan.
Yeah, they became a little more mainstream by that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 800-919-3776.
Here we go.
We've kind of hit everything today, haven't we?
We're covering it all. We're doing it all. We're doing the bull dance.
But we have now.
We're doing the what?
The bull dance.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, you are. Of course you are.
The bull dance.
Doing the bull dance, feeling the flow. It's Happy Gilmore, man. Of course you're with
all
me.
right.
I knew you didn't leave me.
Feeling the flow.
Kevin Nealon, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, he's very
underrated. When we were discussing the Knicks and their whole situation, right? This is rock bottom. At least you gotta hope it is. By the way, they play the Nets tomorrow. I think they've won like 10 or 11 in a row against the Nets. Now the Nets are one of these they have a great coach, Jordy Fernandez, a very good coaching staff. The whole idea is they're supposed to be losing. They don't want to win. But Fernandez doesn't want to hear this crap because he's a coach and he's coaching them up and they're really feisty. And so the last thing you want, if you're the Knicks and you lose this game tomorrow, this better be rock bottom, right? So this is why after the game,
another not must win.
Oh God, it is. But after the game, as we'll hear from Ramona Shelburne, that the Knicks had what you would expect would happen after a performance like that, where after the media left, Jalen Brunson closed the doors and all the players got in there, and they had one of these players-only meetings.
Yeah, you heard Jalen Brunson say that I'd be booing us too. Well, after the game, Jalen Brunson called a players-only meeting for all the guys in that locker room and said, guys, we got to stop looking to the coaching staff for answers. We got to stop looking elsewhere. The answers to what is wrong with us right now are right in this locker room. We got to look in the mirror. And it was, it was a longer meeting. A lot of people had something to say about what was going wrong. But this is a team that came in thinking they had a chance of, it's finals or bust, right? They have those kind of expectations. And to fall to 25-18 right now, you could see them in the play-in if they keep going this way. That offense, which was humming, bottom 5 in January.
Right.
So, again, players-only meetings, this kind of stuff, sometimes you look at it and kind of give, like a side eye to it. And sometimes you're like, all right, well, this is saying something.
Let's see.
How do we feel about Jalen Brunson calling this meeting? Like, what are we going to grade this thing? Is this like, this had to happen, he's being a leader, or does this feel cliche?
How could you be anti? How could anyone have something to say about it?
Because sometimes it also feels cliche. Like, oh, you're just doing it because you know you have to. It's a bad loss. but it's not going to change anything. It's not going to do anything.
But you got to do something, right?
Yes.
And yeah, it might be cliche, but this is the cliche thing to do, and the timing is perfect. Going up against the team tomorrow, you've beaten 11 straight times. Like, so you don't want to do this going into OKC, where you end up playing great and losing. You want to make sure you win the next game.
If we get
that
it
becomes
together,
a rallying cry.
we will win.
But I'll tell you this, because I'm sure a lot of Net fans are all on board for tanking and all that. But if you're a Net fan and you hate the Knicks, how badly do you want to beat them tomorrow?
Absolutely.
When you see things falling apart, player-only meeting, and you go out there and you beat them tomorrow,
Well, just
come
for
on,
fun,
man.
It gives you something to live for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like if you're think about it. That's why I said Jody Fernandez. He's a bulldog, man. Like I really have great respect for him as a coach. If you don't think that he's got that message in the ears of his players, like they have owned us for years now.
Yeah.
We're going to walk in their place. We're going to make their fans boo them. We're going to watch them turtle, and we're going to walk out of there with a dub. It's going to be our Super Bowl.
I've talked to the one of the Nets fans.
We
found one.
You found one?
Joe Leo.
Oh, yes. Joe is a big
He
Nets fan.
desperately wants to.
He
beat the
wants
Knicks.
this bad?
Yeah, he does.
Oh.
He said very badly.
Very badly.
Yeah.
We need to get him on the mic tomorrow.
He's here right now.
No, it's tomorrow. We don't have enough time now.
Yeah.
This is better for tomorrow.
That was tough.
Yeah.
Well, we don't. Is he in tomorrow?
Is he in tomorrow? Is he around?
He ain't in tomorrow.
Come on.
You have today.
He's like Matt Damon.
All right, bring Joe in. I want some trash talk. I want some Nets fan trash talk.
Well, I don't know if he's going to try it.
Oh,
just
I
'cause
think he
wants
should.
it.
No, he wants it bad.
Here he is.
All right, here comes Joe Leo, and he is a Nets fan in New York.
In the flesh.
There is one, and you now have the opportunity. Like the Knicks fans want to believe that yesterday was rock bottom. You have the ability to take it to depths that no one could even consider. How bad do you want this game tomorrow?
Oh, extremely badly, because to Net fans, this is all we have. We don't have a North Star. We don't have playoffs. We didn't have the NBA Cup or the play-in tournament.
No.
You have to take the minuscule wins. Like the win against Boston, Peter Celtics in December or November.
That was a nice win.
Where MPJ was basically KD reincarnated for 3 hours. That win will get me to June. This is all I have.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yet it could cost you on draft.
Whatever.
We have your draft pick.
Stop with that.
Yeah, it's not that good.
Doesn't matter. We could trade it for something.
And it's not the
Sean Marks
NFL.
probably
You got to win
won't.
some games. You might as well win this one.
No, I'm kidding because when you brought up Porter Jr., it's funny how he's really playing well. And he's building up some serious trade value that I'm sure will happen, right, February 6th. But it's funny that fans are like, dude, you're playing great. Can you dial it back? Like, there is this kind of concern of you're playing too well. But am I right about Fernandez, about your coach? He's like, damn the tank. I want to win games.
Well, we saw it last year where Sean Marks sold off half the team in December because they were winning too many games.
Yeah.
So Jordy is in a very interesting position where he has to win enough games to keep his job, but not too many because we're going to ruin draft position, even though it doesn't matter at all because the Dallas Mavericks with a 0.2% chance can just walk into the lottery and get Cooper Flagg. So
maddening.
This is the position that all Net fans are in, that we have to tweet at Michael Porter Jr. to please not be too good of a player and an all-star, even though I want to keep him and a lot of Net fans want to keep him around.
You do want to keep him?
I want to keep him.
All right. All right, so here's what I need to know now. You want this win bad tomorrow night. What are you willing to do to get this win?
Yeah.
What could you do? And if it does happen, what's the craziest thing that you can what can happen?
Is it a pinky toe game?
Oh yeah, this could be a pinky toe. If I had a cigar, a cigar cutter, and I was like, give me one of the piggies.
That's it.
And I'll give you this dub, but one of them's got to go. I'm just going to chop right down. You won't feel it because it's really quick. Which are you willing to do it?
Yeah, I think I am.
Really?
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
There you go.
That's how big this is to Nets fans.
All right, let's put a face on it.
That's how
winning tomorrow would be like dating who?
Oh, I like
this. Is tough. Abella Danger?
Well, I can't go Abella Danger. That's too easy. That's a softball.
Sitting right there for you.
He said a softball, as if that would be a real thing.
That would be a problem.
Sydney Sweeney, maybe.
Oh, okay. Look
Come on,
man. That's how big of a game this is.
Look at it. This is
We
like a
don't
game
have
7.
Alan. We don't
all
have
the way to-
anything.
We have it
Think
open
back to,
tomorrow.
Like,
I might almost want him to get this.
Alan, think back to 2015 and how bad those seasons were and how much how minuscule stuff actually seemed bigger than it actually was. This win in the grand scheme of things is not going to change the overall direction of this franchise.
Not helping it.
But it's at least
It gives you a
something.
night. It gives you a night.
Right.
Okay.
When we
All
don't
right.
have any. We
Joe?
don't have any.
All right.
Joe?
It gives you a night.
Thank you.
I guess Don was done with Joe.
You're
I had
welcome.
more for him.
I'm good.
Oh, my God. Well, Joe, you had a good run in radio.
That's it.
But
So
the
you know what's funny,
everyman
though?
Don LaGreca, former Net fan, by the way, a Net fan, if anything.
I relate to Joe because I'm a Jets fan, and I saw it in his eyes when the Dolphins came in. Remember how I was? This is the last one.
Oh, yeah, remember how
this
it turned
I
out?
want this. I want it because the hell with them.
And
it didn't work out.
Clown show.
The last call crew.
I
Rosenberg.
just got an update.
ESPN.
Major League Baseball rescinded Andrew Jones. They said they thought it was Chipper Jones. They didn't even mean it. They didn't mean to do it. Wrong Jones.
Caldwell Jones even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Andrew Jones, you look at the numbers, you go, really?
Yeah.
I guess.
But
okay.
he's in.
All
right. Don on Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite awards show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too, someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
All right, I'm thinking before we call it a day today, and it's been a really fun day, and Don's going to continue to have a fun night in Edmo. That's what the kids call it, you know.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, Edmo.
No, I'm pretty sure you
No,
made
it's
that
a real. Don asks people. The kids call it Edmo.
Don, don't ask anyone.
I've never heard that.
I want you to ask them. It's called Edmo.
Are you going to show up to Grant Fear's house or not?
I don't know where
Does he still live there?
I have no idea.
I bet he is. He's a stalwart in Edmonton.
Stalwart.
That's
You
right.
don't hear that word used a lot.
No.
Stalwart is like an old school word.
I use stalwart quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
I got to tell you, I probably
did
use
not
it weekly.
know it was in your lexicon.
Oh, I use stalwart weekly.
Weekly.
Yeah.
Weekly.
I like
When
it.
last time you used stalwart before today?
Honest to God.
Last time.
Within last.
Not calling a wrestling match. You can't, because that you would do it there. I'm talking about in common
vernacular?
conversation.
Okay, sorry,
No.
you ruined it.
Okay,
but when I'm calling a wrestling match, I would say a stalwart of the women's division, a stalwart of the
I like that.
tag team division, whatever.
Good usage.
Thank you.
All right, it's pretty good. All right, so before we call it a night, we can go roulette here. And I'm looking at the screen. I know, Peter, you are too.
Yep.
Not just your phone screen, but how about the call screen?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What do you think? Don, how about Don? You don't see the call screen, right?
No, I do not.
Oh, dealer's choice. Ready? Door 1, door 2, door 3, or door 4?
Oh, door 4.
Door 4 it is, and that's Derek in Holbrook. Derek?
Derek?
Hey, hello.
There he is.
We got you, yes.
Hi again.
Hey guys, how's it going? I just
Good.
want to bring up a point that I just think it's ridiculous how Carlos Beltran gets in the Hall of Fame when he's. I think correct me if I'm wrong. I think he was originated as the organizer for the biggest MLB cheating scandal in history.
I believe
the Astro scandal.
Anthony Pusick during the break was reading us chapter and verse about this.
Yeah, so I just think it's ridiculous how the writers will vote him into the Hall of Fame, but not the steroid users.
Well, and it kind of falls under the category of Gaylord Perry. I don't know how far back you go baseball-wise. He threw a spitball. He cheated, and yet he was voted into the Hall of Fame. So they're very selective with their cheating. There's obviously cheating categories, and the Mount Rushmore or the top of Mount Everest seems to be steroids. That's why it's a joke. It's become an absolute joke. And I want to know who they're catering to now. The elderly baseball fan, in my day, they never allowed it. But meanwhile, you've got a guy that was a known spitball thrower in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos Beltran involved in one of the biggest cheating scandals in the history of baseball in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
But steroids, I guess that's a bridge too far.
Right. Roger Clemens, A-Rod, like these guys
Yeah.
don't have a chance.
It's such a great point. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of where I would draw the line as absolutely should never, death penalty. It's not steroids, though.
Throwing a game.
Yeah, that's the Pete Rose thing.
But even Pete Rose, the argument is we don't have proof, right, that he threw a game.
But wait a
the
minute.
Gambling was just too close to the sun.
Right.
And what's different is also that he did such things as a manager, right?
I've been a Yankee fan since 1938.
But the playing career was a separate entity that we can all agree he's one of the great players in the history of the game. Beltran, what he did was the manager, right?
Yep.
Well, he was a coach, not when he was a player. Did he do those shenanigans?
But in theory,
That's
if Beltran helped orchestrate what he did, cheating, essentially, that is worse to me than steroids. Steroids is not you doing something to
you're trying to be
manipulate
better
a game.
with steroids.
You're affecting your body.
You're
not
just
manipulating
trying to
a
be
game.
great. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's different.
Game time, one more to do. Brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Because when it's game time, Donnie.
It's time.
Sure is. Rangers, they're also on the West Coast.
Yeah.
They're actually literally on the West Coast. L.A., they take on the Kings. Coverage immediately follows Dan Grassa, who follows us. That coverage begins at 9:30. The Devils tonight are in Edmo, taking on the Oilers.
Again, not a.
I think he set me up. I'm not going to ask anybody.
No LaGreca, no MSG. This will be on TNT, so Don's just going to be in the building enjoying some hockey.
Yeah, I wonder who's doing it for TNT. I'm
You'll
anxious
know.
to find it. You think it might be Brendan?
Oh, that's a good
Because
call.
he was in Vancouver last night.
You never know. Yeah, if you see
I'd
him,
like
say
to
hi.
see Brendan. I haven't seen him in a while.
Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. How far off is the clock here? Because we know this is an issue. So we got to fix this problem.
Yeah, you're
along
about
with your lighting
10 seconds out.
and everything else. Donnie, have a great time tonight
Thank
in Edmo.
you.
We will talk with you
not
tomorrow.
Edmo.
And thanks
Tomorrow
everybody
from Vancouver.
for watching.
Later, buddy.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity